in this scenario, but they do have those expectations, and that's going to be the hard part, is what a devastating loss this would be after a string and slew and feeling like a lot of disappointment around this Falcons team, unable to reach their pinnacle that they've been aiming for. An elimination here would just go a long way to just be devastating to start the season. NRG Falcons, we're starting off on Inferno.
Well, getting into the pistol round, and we're going to see 2 drill brothers out, obviously, for Modesty, and we'll see a good amount of utility here for NRG, so we'll see what Nitro's cooking coming into this pistol.
What is he cooking? All right, a couple players over towards Banana. That's going to be Sonic and Bro. You got Nitro in support with utility. Look at the push down middle, though. Nobody seems to be aware of it. Nobody has eyes on it. Already back foot for NRG.
Oh, Modesty, look at this. Look at this play. In behind him, bottom of the banana smoke, around the back. I really was expecting more there, wasn't he? OC comes through behind him. Modesty and Kyosuke both go down, and Nico on 1 HP. Great start to this pistol for NRG. Kickstand's going to try and pull them back into it, and it's a good shot here on Bro.
Yeah, lovely little tap. He needed that because that's going to slow him down, make him second guess, and the smoke is popped as well in the meantime, so no access into the B bomb site. Nico, 1 HP, plays a sneaky position, information gathering, and a position that maybe goes unclear. However, George has slipped the net, so Tessus could be in a little bit of trouble depending on how this plays out. Nico, though? Oh, he spotted the legs. Did he? Spotted the mid player. I don't think he ever spotted George. Well, Tessus finds it anyways, so we're all good. Back to Banana. It's the final play. It's the only play. Molotov on Nitro, but they'll just use the smoke for CT spawn. Kixon going to be blocked off, but he's going to challenge with the flashbang. Blinded, are the NRG players. OC goes down, 1 versus 3 for Nitro. A bomb plant would be just about the best you could hope for, but there's surely no way that happens.
Tap down in front of Coffins and then kicks out straight through that smoke. So OC gets him going a little bit early on in the round, and you're thinking, okay, this is looking fantastic for NRG. Kicks out and then pulls it right back.
It's because they handled that mid play so well, right? When you see Monacy and you see it through the X-ray that no one from NRG is looking behind or anything like that, you feel like Monacy's lined up for a double kill, and that would be the pistol round basically. But the fact they handle it so well makes you feel like they actually have a way bigger advantage. Lovely shooting from Kixon. 2 1-taps with the USP. Second one through smoke. That ain't bad at all. And pistol round to the Falcons, so they get to start with the advantage. No bomb plant, a save for the most part. No armor for these NRG players. Upgraded Deagle for OC.
From Massa, top middle, Nico to catch the first. Monacy on the follow-up as George is sentenced to death, and we end up with just 3 Glocks here for NRG. They're going to go absolutely nowhere. No dream of a bomb plant even at this point. So 2-0 clean start here for Falcons. Coming into today, though, we know we've obviously memed a little bit, but Falcons absolutely should have expectations of handling business against NRG.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's fun memeing about things and all, but like Falcons are overwhelming favorites in this. There's no reason, you can't actually make a great argument for why NRG would upset in this series outside of some Herculean individual performance that propels them forward. So Falcons should have all the advantages in the world, and there's a great chance this is, I mean, let's be real. Let's just prepare ourselves for the possibility. There's a real chance this is a blowout. I apologize to all my North American friends out there in the world tuning in, but you just have to accept the reality that that is something that could very well happen throughout this game.
Yeah, but having that reality and possibility makes it even more impressive and exciting.
When you actually fight back,
pull something off, right? So interested to see what NRG will be capable of today, but get into the first buy round. It's going to be a Galil for OC. Everybody else going to play with an AK.
Honestly, going to be very happy checking his scoreboard after this round, seeing his utility damage pop up, knowing he's putting the nade in the right place. Good rebuttal to take his stance away from Kyosuke, but they're going to come back forward even more. Cleans up that damage from Kixon. Nitro goes down. That's utility that helps Kyosuke nail down the first kill.
George through top middle. We got Tessus on the balcony. It's Kickstand straight away, removing Bro. And so it just keeps crumbling here for NRG.
It's that they're not getting anything off the deaths, right? The deaths would be okay if you're getting ground off of it.
Right. Exchanging something, having some sort of transaction, but OC and George just getting dispatched of as well, and a very comfortable beginning to the game here for Falcons.
And that's the biggest thing NRG is going to have to be cautious of and be wary of. That's got to be stage. I mean, you know, it's got to be just something they limit throughout this half of. You don't want to just kind of lose those 1-2 players, like take trickling deaths one by one without any trade, without any space gain, without any map control taken in that death. So you could see in this round, you lose 2 players in Banana at different points, and they don't have any ability to kind of work in tandem. And then the round just falls apart because you're forced into a really bad play at the A-bomb site.
fiddling through all the nades. Oh, so you're gonna be down to 11 HP from that. Kicksan doesn't know how lucky he really was there. But now we've got all banana control. They've done damage unconfirmed to NRG's T side. Another great start to the round here for Falcons.
Molotov for Sonic, hoping to force a reaction. It's not going to happen. Deagle leading the way. A little bit of utility for the set piece. I think there's a missed smoke in the mix. One does make it towards spawn arches, but they missed the library smoke, and Monacy's just gonna destroy them.
All right, fair enough, Monacy. There we go, carving them up. It's just so easy for Monacy. Eventually running out of opportunities to drop OC. He will be taken down by the Deagle, but the trade is in immediately from Kyosuke, and we now have George left alone at Boilers, so it will be 4 in a row here from Falcons. They got plenty of money building up as well here on the CT side.
Yeah, well, that's nice and clean as you like. The early advantage over to Falcons in a big way. Just not enough kills coming out for NRG to limit economic growth. So now you've got, Falcons that's starting to build up into this game. They got plenty of money behind them. Now you have to play the game on Nightmare mode even harder when you have to grind through all the cash. And might even be a disadvantage that OC managed to kill Monacy in this round because he's just going to pick up the AWP. And he's like, great, now I can justify buying the AWP.
I don't have to keep the rifle, straight into the AWP. And life might just get that bit more difficult here for NRG.
A little bit of a timeout to talk things over, so they'll get rifles back in hands, and it's going to be up to Nitro to come up with a solution. You imagine on a map like Inferno, you're going to want to establish some success over in Banana. They haven't been able to do that yet. At the very least, you want to be able to establish that you can force them off that portion of the map, force them back into the bomb site without taking heavy losses in return, without losing a player or two in the process. Once you can establish that sort of success, then you can open up the map. So let's see how Bro handles this in Banana. The tip of the spear, and he's solo.
Yeah, he's all the way up. Good position again here for Bro. He's putting on top of the car now. Place for Kyosuke is, and it will be Bro to fall, actually. It looked like he would have had the advantage, but Kyosuke quick to that reaction.
Yeah, both well aware of what was potentially coming with that smoke break, both ready for the fight. Just Kyosuke is able to nail it.
Monacy now in the hallway. Great position to game with the AWP all the way down the stairs. Falcons going to be feeling good about this. I mean, they've got top banana control. They won that first fight. They've got the apartments. Although, Monacy needs to be careful here. He is quick enough to react, and of course, he'll go back to the bedroom and finish off George.
Yeah, you're just getting smashed now.
Yeah.
All right.
You can't do anything at this point.
No, it's hard. It's very, very difficult. This is going to be a very suffocating CT side, it feels like. So there's the smoke towards CT to block off the angle. We're going to be playing it passively with only 18 HP. Plenty of players now arriving as well. Kicksan is here. Monacy's got support with some utility. They can just drop flashbangs in, break the smoke, make everything you want to do just absolute hell.
Yeah, these first 5 rounds have been very easy for Falcons. Nitro getting 1 kill back here on Kicksan. And you can see now they've got the information. The 2 mid players are running down mid, flanking through Banana. You're trapped in here. There's no way you can get out.
All right, boys, find a way to lose. That's a Falcon special. This is the one. Give it to us.
The 2v5 it started
Come
as.
on.
Yeah, you're right. This would be the one. 15 seconds left on the clock. OC could be waiting, going back into the Banana fight. There's another player there. OC turns. Oh my God, no. No way. It can't happen again. Surely it can't happen again. Kyosuke always got down as well, and suddenly it's a 1v1. Monacy against Nitro. Reddit told me they don't lose 2v5s, and luckily the clock is on their side this time, so they don't.
Yeah.
But that was damn close, Chase. That was way too close.
They needed the extra teammate at the clock. Give us like 3 more seconds. At least let them get the bomb play. That was
oh my God.
But like, look, no joke. We're memeing about it and everything, and we're all gonna have a little bit of fun with that because it seems to actually be the Falcon special. But that's just so costly. Like that's the bummer. It's like there's no like moral victory at this stage for NRG. It's not like there's some kind of like weird win you can take out of this. But like Falcons, this is just one area where I think this is the part of the game that is preventing them from reaching their peak. Is these like fundamental inability to play these rounds so well that like they could have so much more money right now. Losing 3 extra players is so painful.
It's why. It's just like you call it before it even starts, and then you just see it start to unravel. It's wild. But Kyosuke going into the top Banana fight. He's gonna walk away with both. Go 3 kills. There we go. That's the round done. No one lose this one. And you stabilize that money again.
Yeah,
you recover all that damage in the previous round. All 5 players staying up, a point of damage done to Nico, and that's it. So it's 6 rounds in a row here for Falcons.
Yeah, nice little sequence from Kyosuke. Yeah, it's good to see him get that triple. And I mean, that's been one of the things that we've all kept our eyes on the most with his addition to this roster is, you know,
Inferno?
Yeah, Inferno. His performance on this map is a map that we know he just doesn't play a lot of, any of, really.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing for...
He's getting better, by the way. While we're on that subject, like from when it began to now, it's night and day. So he's clearly been putting in some work, some research, and Falcons have clearly been working with him as well to help acclimate him, and it's looking better and better every time we see him on the map. Timeout right at the end of freeze time for NRG, really maximizing the number of seconds they get. You know, perhaps the most surprising thing about this so far is that Reddit's analysis is on point. Star Powers showed up. It's looking good.
They don't lose 2v5s.
They don't lose 2v5s. We'll count the clock as the fifth teammate there. On track for the 13-0. You know, everything's going great.
Actually,
I don't remember what else they said.
We should get, we should, and the timeouts are not just nice, Ilya.
Oh, that's right. Probably a little bit of a nice Kyosuke right now.
Yeah, probably. Just nice in general. Not so nice for NRG though. Daps has a lot of work to do in those timeouts. All right, this Kyosuke going into the top banana fight. Nitro, Bro, and Sonic both going down very quickly here.
Ooh.
And he finishes off the 4th kill as well. Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Didn't say nice Ilya.
He says, nice Maxime. All right, here we go. 6-0 start for Falcons. Bye back here for NRG. Nitro's got to play with a Galil. Is there anything you would be positive about for NRG? Like, is there anything that's going slightly well in these rounds for them that you can build on?
Nope, not yet. I'm looking for it though. I'll point it out when it happens. Yeah. All right, they're gonna walk through that mid smoke, find a nice timing. Here's a positive for you. Found a good timing to get some control.
Opening kill
provided by George. There we go. Nico a little bit shocked to see them kind of step through at that pacing. But what can you do with the man advantage? Tessa's, you're in a perfect position to equalize. It is checked and cleared.
Bomb too.
Shots missed.
The bomb dropped in middle. Nitro has won his fight against Kyosuke, so an important engagement going the way here of NRG as they maintain a player advantage. They've still got a minute on the clock.
All right, now we're cooking. Now we got a positive.
Ooh.
Gonna fall back away.
Another positive. They're going to the bomb site with only 1 player at it.
Yeah, Kixon has a Molotov and an HE grenade, so he's got some ability to stall. And then you would imagine with the positions over towards the 8 bomb site, Testis and Modesty are going to push down middle. In fact, they might just do that right now when he peeks down and sees it clear. They might start just getting the jump on it with that smoke just now fading. So Kixon out of position to drop a Molotov, can maybe stall out a plant, make it a little bit uncomfortable. Buy time for Modesty and Testis, who are coming in quick.
Yeah, it's tough here for Kixon to do much. Trying to just be disruptive and delay as much as he possibly can, but they are quick up through top banana. Nitro wins another fight. George goes down, but Nitro follows up again. It's a 3K from Nitro leading his squad, but now the leader of Falcons must come back and win this in a 1v3. NRG looking for their first round win out of the timeout, and there's no way they should give this one up. You got 1 player now in ruins, 1 all the way back in banana. Kixon doesn't have the utility to pressure them, but he does have the position.
No,
oh my, look at the plant! It's over. My God, he's just stuck it and won it. Okay, that plant, I don't want to see that again.
He just stuck it and won it.
Yeah, that was kind of all that really needed to happen. He just walks out, defused. He said, hold on. Look where they've planted the bomb. Thank you very much for the free round win.
They forgot. I guess someone didn't. We didn't get.
Maybe
reminded.
They didn't calm like they planted the bomb there.
I didn't see who planted, but yeah, apparently no reminder that it was planted in.
Oh man, that just absolutely destroys your happiness, doesn't it?
Yeah, devastating. Well, because there were positives in this round.
A lot.
Up until that moment, up until the 1v2 essentially.
Oh my, that is such a rough way to lose a round, isn't it?
It's really deflating. Okay, I need to
sip of your water, Jason.
Yeah.
7 rounds in a row for Falcons. That round, it leaves a sour taste in the mouth if you're NRG. Ooh. And they go back into top banana. This time they're not going to get the opening kill. It's Kyosuke. He's come out on top of the fight versus Bro, and more damage being dished out through the smoke.
How is he alive?
I don't know.
Every bullet missed. He's got 92 HP. Nothing tickled him. Tess's, he's waiting for the next play. Knows the reaction is going to come in this direction. There's the flashbang. Oh, got a little bit distracted by the 1 swing, but now Modesty's off is next in line.
And he's alone as well, so it's important that he strikes, and he does strike true up short. It's George to go down, and there's the wraparound from Sonic. So Monacy's lack of teammates, lack of support really does come back to bite them, and NRG are into the bomb site this time on A.
Yeah, a little bit more pep in the step on the NRG side. Now they're getting into things a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more assertive when they turn to take fight. Sonic with a really aggressive wraparound on a two-man defense, cracks it open for his team. And another 3-on-3. Doubled up in pit, one player inside the bomb site as Falcons work their way around brackets to begin this retake.
Well, Kicksaid just waiting a short. Has he got a chance to move now? Yes, he does. He goes into the angle. He's going to smoke out Big Pit. Teammates now gaining space as well into this retake. The Falcons keep it going, and they charge back in. All 3 kills come in tandem here, and it is going to be 8 rounds in a row for Falcons. These rounds are so close, back and forth rather here for NRG, but unfortunately, just none of them going their way.
This goes back to the first 4 rounds as well. Remember when I said like it was NRG starting to play this game on nightmare mode because Falcons was able to win so many clean anti-ecos? Well, like these close rounds, well, this one had 3 players surviving, but like last round, maybe one player survives, you can start putting a dent in the economy, you can start taking away a couple resources here and there. You don't have that luxury. So even when you're getting in and getting the bomb plant, even though you're giving yourself another buy with the losing bonus, you're still constantly going up against an op. There's 5 kits, everyone's got full utility, everyone's got every weapon they could want. And you forgot where the bomb was planted.
It just is the cherry on top, isn't it, Jason, of a terrible Sunday.
Shit Sunday. Well, Kyasuke is playing very well.
Yeah, that was a positive.
Yeah, it's a very nice thing to see.
I don't want to bring it up, but
okay.
But Bro isn't. Like, he's just had a very tough start to the game here as well. And
yeah, which is a shame. I was looking through the stats this morning before coming in. Bro is the highest rated player. I mean, they've only played 1 series here in Stage 2, but Bro was the highest rated player of that series, so he's gone quiet here. OC had a really rough series to start Stage 2, where he was the 2nd highest rated player in Stage 1 with all that dominance. So you're seeing that dip in form as the competition has increased, the level of competition has increased. And clearly Falcons just seem to be a couple steps ahead.
Monacy retreating back into the site. It is Nico who's going to win the fight against George, leaving NRG with just 2 players. Nico's going to backtrack and try and catch Sonic as he comes to the archway. He'll win that duel. And now Nitro down bottom middle. So that's it, really. There's not much to say, Jason. It's 9 rounds in a row for Falcons.
Yes, indeed. Well, he's got the op at the very least.
That's a positive.
That is a positive.
We'll save that on over. I mean, we definitely anticipated that NRG would struggle coming into the next stage of the competition.
Yeah, well, this one's just compounded and gotten worse because of the way they lost that 2v1 against Kixin, and then you have that 3v3
You didn't catch your break.
You have 3v3 post-plant where you don't get a single kill. They retake it with ease and destroy all 3 of you and get the defuse. So those are back-to-back rounds. And it was already kind of a blowout up to then, but that felt like the 2 rounds that you had a chance to kind of stop the momentum and maybe change things and scrape together a couple right at the end. But when both those rounds go away from you so heavily when you're in favored positions, again, you just get deflated. Just destroys morale, destroys the energy inside the team, destroys the faith that this is actually being a competitive match. And now we're seeing the results of all that.
I like that, Jason.
I know, I just painted a pretty bleak picture. It felt very sad as I was going through that.
Destroyed the NRG inside the team. That was good.
Oh man, I just stumble upon these things. I don't even mean to do it. It's just raw.
It's just
talent.
right there.
It's so raw, I don't even know it's happening.
Well, not much energy in this team at the moment. Looking pretty deflated, as you could understand. A 3rd and final timeout used in the first half here of Inferno.
But also, let's put this in context too. I mean, look, I'm not going to try and make any excuses for getting completely blown out in a game where they haven't really been able to create too many positive opportunities for themselves. But let's also remember, this is an NRG team that last year didn't get a whole lot of chances to come over and play against European opposition. This is a team that needs this experience still. They're in that kind of a category. Okay. Nice aggressive stance from OC. He's got the leg, and now they know they have Nico, boxed in. He is going to be able to get away and evacuate. Nobody wants to apply the further pressure, but early damage dealt. You know what I mean? This team needs some reps against the best teams in the world. They need to be here to boot camp, to practice, to play in these officials. They got the major last year, but Nitro wasn't able to come due to the birth of his child.
This is step 1 of the project of 2026 for this team, right? It's to try and step up and improve across the year. You're not expecting this team to be able to come into 2026 and immediately compete with Falcons. There's just not an expectation that NRG would have set for themselves. I mean, this is a team that are not winning even domestic events in North America to start the year. You know, getting into the final, but
Yeah,
losing the likes of M80.
Well, he also getting blown out on one of those two maps. I think it was 13-1 on one of the maps, 13-10 on the other map in the grand final back at Flomland.
So there's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, a lot of work, but outside of that, I mean, other than that, they handle the regional competition pretty damn well.
Yeah.
But this is a team that's kind of geared at the moment to play American competition. All right, Kixon's a distraction. Nico's here with his low HP. Oh, he knows one's coming close. Good clear from Sonic. 3-on-2. Man advantage actually in the round for NRG.
All right, get that bomb down, and someone better tell you where they plan.
George is flanking.
Bomb's dropped, actually. Tessa's just spammed it. So the bomb's out of there. 15 seconds. George on that flank.
Yeah, he doesn't have time to take it this slow.
Yeah, he's got to run now. You got to distract. You got to pull some attention away so Sonic can actually plant that bomb. And Sonic is planting the bomb. It's denied, though, in the final second by Tessas again. And unfortunately for NRG, they come close to the round victory again, but it's just ripped out of their hands on this B bomb site. It's now double figures for Falcons. This half continues to be devastating.
Yeah, this half continues to be extremely rough. Just any time it feels like they have a chance to make something out of a round, it's ripped away from them. Tough one, but good again to make it at least competitive. It's just at this point in the game, looking at the scoreboard, you need better than competitive, quite obviously. At this point, it's just avoid the goose egg. That's priority number one now in this match for NRG is don't get 13-0'd.
Yeah, get the one. Get one round here. Otherwise, Reddit are actually geniuses, Jason.
And we can't let that happen.
No, we can't. What would be kind of funny?
This is it. This is the round. I can feel it.
Something in the waters, Jason.
Monacy's going to miss. Nico's going to be smoked off.
Monacy's going to miss this? Oh, I don't think so. There's, in fact, he landed a shot onto two players, and then Nico just went out and got the follow-up kill. Oh my God! Monacy's got a collateral.
Got horribly wrong.
Nice, Ilya.
He got two doubles, two collaterals.
Yeah, he did. Wow.
Well,
you know what? This is what we wanted from Falcons. You know, in terms of all right, if you're playing close against NRG, if you're struggling against NRG, then we have big problems here.
You know what? That's a nice little in-joke for anyone who was watching Flomland because the caster courses were off the charts there, and we've just elevated things even more. It continues. 11-0 for Falcons.
Well, I want to see Bro get off the goose egg, man. If we can't get around for NRG, just give Bro one. Last round of this half. Nitro through Banana. NRG racing to the B-bomb site. Nitro! There we go. That's exactly what they ordered. Now it's Nico's turn here from First Oranges. Can he do anything with his golden AK-47? Golden opportunity as they run past him without checking. Oh, Nico's handling business. Shutting up shop as Bro will get his kill. He's finally got one into the B site, and they're looking for that bomb plant now. So a 3v2. The NRG can't afford to drop here. Get their one round, get off that 0, and close this half with one on the T side.
Yeah, we're fighting to get rid of two goose eggs in this one. We've already gotten one taken away off the board. Now we need the other. Tess is coming in. Monacy's showing up pretty late in the day. Oh, that's not the ideal.
That's a great molly, that.
NRG's loving it. They're so happy.
Tessa's making it more difficult for himself. Then Nitro getting caught by a grenade. Bro's gone. Oh, George, it's all on you, my friend. Can you get NRG their first round in? Yes, he can. Bro secures the one at the end of the half. But it will be Falcons with a dominant scoreline here in Kraków, looking to take Inferno.
It's F-Flex on the beat. It's F-Flex on the beat.
Well, Falcons in full control here on Inferno against NRG. It's a day of survival at the Intel Extreme Masters Kraków, and right now it's looking like it's a one-way street. Not much you can do now if you're NRG here on this first map. I guess you just gotta get as many rounds as you possibly can. It's that cliche of just trying to warm yourself up into the game a little bit, but there's a clear difference in ability right now, and Falcon's just a superior squad.
This is the game we hope Daps did his like biggest Holly impression, where he's just like, let's guys, let's just not get tilted in this map.
Let's not get tilted, yeah.
We lost. Let's not let this map piss us off.
Well, Ancient's up next. That's Falcons map pick.
I was gonna say that. It is tough to think this is NRG's map pick.
And this is the map that Falcons have struggled on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a couple layers to it. It's the worst onion ever.
And Kyosuke is 14-5.
And most of the bodies for Falcons are headed towards the B bomb site. The stack for NRG is at the A bomb site.
All right, bro. It's your moment.
Go from 1 to 5 kills real quick.
Or 100 to 0 HP,
Jesus.
Even quicker.
Like
that is just instant deletion coming in from Nico. Kyosuke, oh, he's gone. OC clears him out in middle, so now they're going to move down mid quite quickly here. NRG trying to get in behind.
All right, OC's going to lead the way. He's got a Nitro's with him. George is with him. They're already aware. I think Tez already hears the footsteps, and he's like, actually, I don't want to do that whatsoever. We'll just fight. We'll just play like we're defending the bomb site.
Yeah, and they are. As that bomb is now planted. Oh my god, OC has got some great shots in him here. He's cleared out 2 players immediately with no shot at return. So, moving into the site, George has gone down to Monas' Glock, who's waiting for another fight to come his way. They walk in towards him, but OC is killing everybody right now on Falcons. We've got Sonic stepping up alongside of him, and they win the pistol round.
Okay. I see you, OC. That's some disgusting shooting. I can't believe he cleared Teslas in that fashion. I still feel like that setup should have had much more impact and been much more efficient to actually hold off that retake. But I mean, you got to give credit over to OC for the excellent shots to give the openings and to give the space to the rest of his team. And then I think because that setup, while the crossfires were really nice, it was very passive, right? It was second oranges, no peeking. It was dark, no peeking and emo. It was Monacy at Coffins as the most aggressive one. So you did give them a lot of room to move up in, but I still felt like that trap should have been stronger. Still, you got a bomb plant, so you're going to buy in the second round.
Sure. And then AWP up for OC straight away. He wants to get going. He wants to show what he can do on the CT side of Inferno. Current down middle. And just missing out on his opportunity to crack things open. But Falcons now know they're dealing with an AWP on the other side.
Actually, that probably excites the hell out of them. They're like, let's go get that free AWP. Let's go get that cheap weapon. Utility might be a little bit difficult for Falcons to work with depending on how this round plays out. They're going to step through their front bracket smoke, take the risk as it fades. Nobody's peeking. Nobody's pushed forward for NRG. Very passive defense relying on this AWP of OC. But again, because of that, there's not a lot of defensive utility either. So there's not a whole lot to disrupt this attack, but that's a great start. Opening kill for OC and a 5-on-4.
Creeping very slowly. OC will clear out Nico, then George will swing with his MP9, and that's great team play there from NRG. Nothing you can do if you're Falcons when you go into that peak. You've got someone coming out arched, AWP taking the first peak, MP9 swinging without hesitation.
Yeah, that looked real. That looked really coordinated. That looked really well thought out. The AWP slides into the angle, grabs the first kill. You'll never expect the SMG to hard swing off that M4 pop set of arches. Really nice protocol setup for NRG. That looked really cool. But it was an easier round, as we mentioned. Falcons, 3 Galils, the strongest weapons they had. Not a whole lot of nades and utility, so a lot of the things they're doing is kind of dry peeking into angles against OC's AWP as well. He's loving those kind of fights coming in his direction. So now we go back down to pistols. All 5 players upgrade to deagles. Nobody's picked up armor. And NRG, much like Falcons in the first half, priority number 1 is win this round without taking too many deaths. Don't let these deagles just take away a weapon, force your rebuys, just kind of eliminate a couple $1,000s out of your wallet. It's never fun.
Kyosuke, a chance for that deagle. Not connecting it though.
Pretty chill. I mean, NRG's just saying, we don't really want to peek anything. And Falcons is hoping that they're going to get that impatient North American attitude to step into some of their crosshairs, but it's not happening right now. NRG just playing this smart and saying, you guys are the ones that have to commit, so come bring your unarmored deagles to our bomb sites. 2 players creeping up mid for Falcons. Gisuke and Kixon gonna turn the corner, can't line up the shot fast enough. OC a little bit quicker on the draw. And then you have Sonic and Bro at the B bomb site, the next to be tested.
You know, Sonic just looking down, looking away from those flashes. Bro's gonna take the first contact. Good wallbang as well. Spam down m0NESY without a fair fight. Trying to do the same again as well against TSS. And now the Joe Brothers of OC have cut off the archway push and a 4th round for NRG.
Can really tell that Bro spent 11 rounds in this game without a kill because he's not feeling bad about being ratty whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, guys, I'm gonna take everything I can get.
I'm gonna do what I can.
Yep. Gotta respect it. And that's what NRG are doing right now on Inferno. Doing what they can. Pick it up round after round on the CT side, but now the going gets a little tougher as the buy will return to the hands of Falcons.
Look, I mean, all things, like, obviously it'd be nice to see like a few more sequences. I really like that rap side play with the AWP and the SMG swinging afterwards. I thought that was a fun thing. It'd be cool to see a few more of those before NRG eventually, well, I mean, if they were to capitulate on this map, it'd be cool to see a few more rounds like that to feel like NRG's working themselves into the flow of the game, right? And then all of a sudden you can talk about, you know, maybe they've kind of woken up for map number 2. They get some of the comms flowing, just a little bit of positivity in their favor. Smoke for left side mid, that's going to block vision from George. Nobody's aggressive in lane, so they won't really have any information on how Falcons is scaling in brackets, but all the utility tells them that brackets is being overtaken by Falcons at the moment. And Sonic will have a decision to make if he wants to stick around and fight, if he's going to trust in Bro's counter utility, or if he wants to bail out. Falcons, now that they've gained control of top banana, I mean, this is just an easy perch if you just want to set up and execute and go for it. Doesn't look like they're very interested in having some fun over towards the other side of the map at the A bomb site, so Sonic's going to have to drop his Molotov, find a way to be involved in the action if it's to come.
Well, they just walk through the smoke. George gets his gun out in time to stop Nico. Bro also getting some success and trying to use that thin pillow to stay alive, but eventually Kyosuke is going to drop him and move forward behind these coffins. His next target is George, but George doesn't go down without a fight. In fact, he doesn't go down at all until finally m0NESY. But a 1v3 total here for m0NESY. We know he can win these. He goes back into Banana and sharp shooting onto Nitro. It falls onto OC up against m0NESY. The 2 operas, but m0NESY playing with the right ball. OC's now switched out to an AK as well. And the smoke goes down to sever off m0NESY's vision. OC will move into the site. m0NESY starts to spam, has to go for the reload. OC's just sticking it. He's just going to hold it. That's the way to do it. Just hold the defuse all the way. And OC wins up in the clutch to keep NRG going on this CT side.
Yeah, the reload from m0NESY really sold him. OC is like, all right, great, perfect. This is exactly the window of opportunity I needed. So just playing behind the smoke, m0NESY not trying to pressure it too much. I maybe didn't think OC was actually going to stick it, but man, that's almost a 1v3-1 from m0NESY. So a great round from NRG, but in the clutch, you could see that star power popping off to bring it right back and make it doable. But NRG's still fighting and still in this. And still with the chance in regulation.
Making the way, top middle, flashes flying through the smoke. There's now OC. We're starting to get going here, starting to really warm up, because after the re-peak, it would be ill-advised to go for another one. He retreats back into the bomb site instead and tries to block out short with some util.
He's got teammates as well to watch this wrap. Oh yeah, nice choice in the open. George gets another double, but he burns after the fact. So a 2-on-2 as the bomb site secured for Falcons.
A couple of nice moves from George in these last couple of rounds. He's going down in the flames and puts TSS and m0NESY into a 2v2, and m0NESY this time puts him in a position of power. It's a 2v1. Sonic, 55 HP to try and win up this clutch. He just walks straight through the smoke, and m0NESY's ready for that fight as well. That point secured here on Inferno.
Yeah, great round from m0NESY. Nice kills right at the end. Spamming one down through smoke, catching Sonic coming through it as well, just securing things for Falcons. Hard fought battle to get into that A bomb site. Lovely trade game OC had a chance to pop off with the ult, but the attack is just way too suffocating and unrelenting. 12-5, 7 chances for Falcons to close out this opening map of an elimination series at IEM Kraków. Honestly, with 20 kills, Kiyasuke with 17 kills. That ain't too bad.
No, not bad at all. He's having a good game, especially on that CT side over towards Banana. Monacy running up through top Banana, gets onto the car, but Sonic had already found himself a better spot, and so Monacy is removed.
Monacy is removed. Sonic now going to step up. He's here with Bro behind him inside the bomb site. But don't feel like they need to be super aggressive with the advantage given over to them. The 5-on-4. Tessa is going to back away from Halls. And it looks like just right out of the gate, right off the rip of losing that player, Falcons are happy to just descend into a B hit, and they might try and hit a funky timing.
Kiyasuke, oh my goodness, getting traded out because Sonic is having one hell of a round here. That's 3 kills picked up, and Tesses left 1v4 running at him. Here comes a flank down mid as well. 3 players charging down, and that smoke is going to hold back Tesses for the time being.
Yeah, he's just going to have to hold his breath and make the play. Jumps on through with flashbang. Second one catches him. Tess is inside the bomb site. Taps it, looking for the follow-up peek, but it's all coming on the flank.
Yeah, he's not going to be ready for 3 players coming through Banana here. It would take a mistake, a lot of missed shots from NRG. And Tess has to be perfect. Well, so far, so good. It's clean headshots. They're actually separating themselves into 1v1 fights and giving Tess this round on a silver platter. Tess the day delivers for Falcons. And that is a 13-5 closer. And that is a beautiful way to round out the first map.
Yeah, if that doesn't tell you how this map has gone, I mean, what else will? That's just everyone from Falcons at any moment stepping up and demolishing NRG. A 1 versus 3 right at the end. I mean, look, tactically, they were the better team. Strategically, the better team, but individually the prowess really shined. And yeah, frustration on Bro, who had a very rough game, was 0-11 as we alluded to before he got his first kill, so that's going to be obviously something that's pissing him off at the moment. And overall, I think just frustrated with the kind of Counter-Strike they brought into the server. Tough game though against a very, very strong team. Still got Ancient left, but you know, I guess my sense is that NRG didn't do enough to make you feel like that map 2 is going to be much different.
No, it feels very good, especially when you think about how little NRG have played Ancient as well, especially with this squad not looking great. They played it yesterday. We didn't see a great performance from them. So yeah, tough scenario ahead here for NRG. If anything, it gets more difficult as we move on to the second map. And just the way you lose that last round, that's just another frustrating round on a pile of them. Especially in that first half, you think about where the bomb was planted.
The 1v2 with Kixin, the 3v3 post play in the following round, they didn't get any kills. They just kind of got ran over. Coming into this one, you're going to look at that and you're just like, well, I didn't think it could get worse, but it actually kind of could get worse. Their one game on it was just the other day against Mouse, 13-9 loss, but it was 1 round alone on the T side. So yeah, scoreboard-wise, it looks close, but not able to get anything going on your offense. Now, I guess the one kind of reprieve you'd have if your NRG is that this being a Falcons map pick, you could start on the CT side, so you can at least try and build something up and see if you can reinvigorate yourself in the second half.
Yeah, I think on the CT side of Inferno, we've seen a couple of moments. OC was looking good. George had a couple of step-ups.
They were only a couple of moments, but the game was kind of already lost at that point, so they were like the dying moments. So maybe now starting on the CT side, get out to a good start. Let's see what you can build into.
They were just kind of dignity protectors, you know. But here we go, into the pistol.
Damn it, did we protect dignity?
Oh, we definitely did. Sonic, Monacy, and OC all getting kills to kick off this pistol. Results saying 4v3 in the first couple of seconds in favor of NRG, and that bomb is down at elbow, so that has created a bit of an obstacle for Falcons to figure out.
Oh, there we go. Good swing from
Or just die to.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were thinking they're going to fight OC. They're thinking he's just going to jiggle that corner, so that was a great swing from Bro to grab the kill. However, the one X factor in this is Tess's. This is a lot of time for him to play with, and Kixin is going to give him all the time in the world because it's the only way they win the round is if Tess's delivers for you.
Well, he's coming up through Red Room and around the flank here. Going to catch a couple of players down in front of him, and OZ will remove Tess, no issue, leaving Kixan. Recovering the bomb, getting slashed up inside, and actually he's going to get knifed. So you tell me Bro didn't get a kill until the last round of the first half on Inferno, and he kicks off the first round of Ancient with a knife kill?
Bro is ice cold, dude. He didn't smile. He didn't react. He didn't cheer.
That was just the way to do it.
He's just like, he's so pissed off from map 1 that he is locked the hell in here on Ancient.
Like this knife kicks in first round, all part of the plan.
Let's keep our eye on Bro. He had that beautiful one tap as well as he swung into a fight too. So yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on him.
All right, well, a flashbang here for Kixin, a deagle for Nico. Let's see how much damage Falcons can inflict here, but it should be a comfortable 2-0 start from NRG.
Should be. There's the deep smokes, holding everyone at bay for the moment. All the Falcons sitting behind the choke points that are blocked off. The only player aggressive is Tess's, who's gone down, trying to scout out towards that A bomb site. Easy kill for Sonic. We're going to reconvene back to the B bomb site and eventually head into our slaughter.
OC and George, a couple of quick kills between them. And George will find a follow-up on the USP to round things out. So a nice 3K. Grab that rifle as well, make sure it doesn't go to waste.
Let's see what they got in the first gun round. I'm interested to see what we're going to be working with. CT side, Ancient for NRG, just because we haven't seen it too much. Let's just review the positions. Nitro's going to be playing towards that cave. OC with the AWP is going to be all over the place. Sonic towards middle. Bro is going to be that A anchor who's also shifting and playing towards the middle. George at the B bomb site as well. So that's where you're going to expect to see the NRG players throughout this half as they defend. Sonic going to start over on Donut this round. He's smoked off.
Okay, the elbow fight goes in favor of Falcons this time. Kyosuke charging out, but look at that. The elbow fight might have gone the way at the start, but then Nitro comes in and swipes away all 3 Falcons players at the start of the round.
Damn.
That is what you want from your in-game leader.
Yeah, that's quite a sequence. We've mentioned maybe there's going to be a few more of them now. They get a start on the CT side. Already got a lovely triple kill from Nitro, who's backed off towards Cave to peer into the B bomb site, but they're going to play retake. Happy with the 2-man advantage they've given themselves, just to control this part of the map and say, plant the bomb, we'll win the retake when everyone else comes in.
Minute on the clock. Nitro on for the ace. Let's see if he's able to get it.
Does Kixon want to challenge before he plants is the question.
Oh, step from Nitro, trying to pull Nico in, and he will get the Nico fight. Nico's going to win it. Bro then swipe it away. The remaining 2 is Kixon and Nico, both gone. And a 3-0 lead here for NRG. You want to see their first gun round? This is what they got.
Yeah, I thought that was seemed a little crazy from Sonic, a delayed push, but it was to set this up from Nitro. They never would have expected it would have been this clean. There were also 2 more NRG players playing the Fade in the smoke and Red Room, so even if Nitro only gets 1, maybe 2, you have a couple more players to deal with whatever remnants are there in middle. So a nice setup, a nice opening gambit from NRG that nets them around in a big advantage.
Gotta say again, cold from Nitro, no smirk, no smile.
Nothing at all.
So, you know, this just needs to get going early for NRG, and so far so good. So it's put Falcons down to half-buy territory. You're going to see some upgraded pistols come in, the Tech 9 and the Eagle.
NRG's like the anti-Lounx and Dumao at the moment, where those guys are just screaming all the time. Even like when they're losing like 10-0 and they win a round, they're going to go nuts. Not NRG.
Just silence. And they got to earn something to shout about, right?
Yeah, well, you know, they did get put in their place a little bit on Inferno, so,
right.
You know, fair play. You got to respect the way that you got dominated, and now you're just locked in coming into map 2. So it's a very cool response in terms of the attitude and in terms of the demeanor.
I like it.
It's just got to appear inside the server as well.
Well, flashes are about to rain over the top of the doorway. George just keeping his head tucked in, waiting for the push out from Falcons, and it is going to come. And George, nice and easy for a 3K. Rest of Falcons being shut down at the doors. They don't get past it. So a great start here from NRG on Ancient. 4 rounds in a row on the CT side.
Yeah, 4 pretty comprehensive rounds as well. Pretty convincing. Pistol round was all theirs the entire way. Same with that first gun round after Nitro's triple kill. So they haven't really been put to the test quite yet. Falcons offense yet to come online here on Ancient. Their map selection in an elimination series, it's map 2. Map 1 was utter destruction if you're just tuning in.
Another great part about NRG winning these rounds so comprehensively is the money is starting to build as well. Got a nice blanket of cash down there that you can fall back on.
And we haven't even seen OC's op yet. He hasn't been able to, there's been no reason to kind of drop the M4 and upgrade to it. And someone needs to go down in one of these rounds for him to be able to bring that out.
And he's still pretty weak here for Falcons. You got a Khalil out and play. You got lack of utility. But once again, Kyosuke with success, it gets even better as Sonic actually moves out of that smoke.
Oh my God.
But once again, it isn't Nitro this time. It could be George coming out from heaven. But Nico was waiting for that response.
Okay. Well, Nitro now knows he can start piecing things together. Going to beat the Molotov. Does take a tick. No one was in Jaguar to hear that, but Nitro doesn't realize that, and he doesn't know. Teammate OC in middle sliding up to play inside the cubby, so we can have a fast flank to the B bomb site of Falcons commit here, but if they try and fall back to the other side of the map, he's going to be lying in wait. The does put a lot of pressure on Nitro, and he's playing committed into the bomb site, right? So he can't do anything to stall for time. He can't grab a kill and survive. He's in a very committed position. So if Falcons do defend here, OC's not really going to have any time created for him to get close enough on the flank to have impact.
Climbing on up and wall banging down Nico. So retreating back here for OC.
Nitro's got to be feeling real uncomfortable in this position, but he doesn't feel like there's any better place for him to move into.
No, you're just waiting and biding your time here. Nitro can get you one, set up your teammate for a 1v1 clutch, but Nitro stands tall, gets traded out, does some damage as well to Monacy, which makes this 1v1 even easier for OC. Let's see if he's able to make the most of it. He's got the util for the job and a kit. Monacy's going to commit to the plant straight away with that cover of the smoke temporarily up, but that grenade goes in. It drops Monacy to 11 HP. But Monacy only needs that one headshot. That AK-47 to connect to the top of the body of OC.
I like how slow OC's playing this.
He's very slow.
Yeah, let Monacy sweat a little bit. Let him kind of second guess. Make him make a move. Plenty of time still in the bomb.
Look at the angles Monacy's having to clear all at the same time. He's in a really tough spot here, having to worry about everything, and he realizes he has to make a move himself, and he's made it at the perfect time. He's actually wrapped around the back of OC. Monacy's played this very well, and so that bomb is planted for him. Does OC piece it together? He does, so the utility goes in. Monacy goes into the peak, and down to the defuse. OC will go to hold the stick all the way, and it's 5 in a row as OC secures the 1v1 against Monacy.
Yeah, using the whole Buffalo, the entire clock of that bomb. That's a lovely 1v1 from OC, being very patient about things. The nade was a lovely bit of unconfirmed damage, but put Monacy in a really, really tough spot trying to piece that together. 5-0. NRG's given us exactly what they want, which is a really nice hard reset in between maps after the devastation of Inferno, and now showing us a really good level. Defense holding strong, but really it's been one part of the defense that has ruined Falcons in 2 separate gun rounds now. It's that play as they're taking middle, as they're getting those first kills in mid. It's that wrap out from Cave. I can't imagine that play in particular is going to have too much impact, because someone from Falcons from now on is going to say, I'm keeping my eyes on this the entire time. I'm not taking it away. They never want to let Nitro and George have impact from that play ever again. Full losing bonus and a bomb plant, though, nets a very strong buy for the Falcons side. And still no op-out for OC. Happy to take the AK-47.
Yeah, rocking the rifle. And so far, it's been the winning recipe for NRG's CT side. Nico marching his way into the cave. He's going to be blocked out and has to respect it.
Yeah, but this is early pressure that they've applied and an early smoke that they've thrown out. So that, now that they're stalled out, but this is a win for Falcons. Later on, this B defense not going to have as much utility to stop and delay and block choke points. So any death they take right now is going to be really, really painful, because they don't have the resources to make up for it later. Looks like Falcons, for the first time, I want to get frisky towards the A-bomb site. At least a 2-man attack between Tessis and Kyosuke.
You got 3 players in window right now for NRG. Make it 2 players in window for NRG. But a good response here from OC as he sends one back between the eyes at Monacy. You've got Kicksan on the edge of heaven getting traded, and great work from NRG to keep the numbers back and forth. But then Nico comes in as that 3rd layer for Falcons as they move into the A-bomb site. But the issue is Nico has the bomb on his back, and it has just been spotted.
Yeah, look, I mean, this is what I was talking about. Look at how patiently he's waiting for this reaction from Cave. He knows it's been so likely. You've taken out the mid defense. You haven't found the B defenders. So he's still waiting, realizing that if he gets caught in transition, the round might just be over.
Oh my God, the timing is perfect for OC. Oh my God, Nico is so patient, but there's a point where he has to leave.
That's insane.
And he decides it's then and there. And then OC walks out into the open, collects himself a 4K. That is going to be so frustrating for Nico, but absolutely perfect here from OC. And I love that he's staying on the rifle because he's making it work.
Yeah, he's making it look really good. That's an incredible shot. That's just Counter-Strike timing, just ruining Nico. He's like, all right, well, I've been here for about 20 seconds. Now that my teammate's arriving, I can start making my move as soon as he takes his eyes away. Brutal, but lovely shooting from OC, and now 6-0 for NRG.
Yeah, it's put in a real awkward spot now, hasn't it, for Falcons? Just as T-side isn't getting going at all. NRG are just melting them away. Quicker play again, out through middle here. Tech9's just racing up towards window. Kicks in the man carrying his into the smoke, and he's just going to walk right through the smoke to his death. The Sonic is completely ready for a play of that nature.
And now they're stalled out. They wanted that position. They wanted to be able to apply pressure, have the B defenders think of something else. Nitro's got to be really careful. Kyosuke's waiting for his moment to step in and actually challenge. As soon as that smoke fades, now the B play begins. Off angle to defend, needs to be a kill, and it is, but traded immediately. Nitro's arrived and can't get a clean fight.
Monacy getting ripped apart as well by Sonic. Bomb plant being attempted here for Tessa. Just the tap, then into the kill. Need another one here to really believe in the round for Falcons, and they do get that kill, but Tess says he's lost his teammate, and he's lost a lot of his health, and he's going to get caught as soon as he tries to commit to the bomb plant. 7 rounds in a row continue here for NRG.
Not terrible for Falcons. Like 3 kills, not able to get the bomb plant at the end of the day, but doing some economic damage. Unfortunately, again, with the scoreboard the way it is, none of that really matters. Enough money's been built up, they can sustain those losses, excuse me, and would rebuy without any big dent into the money that they've got. NRG looking solid.
Yeah, Falcons just trying to find a way to disrupt this.
This is the frustrating part for them is they have all the success in middle with the kills, right? They're taking out Sonic, they're taking out Bro on the ground. It's that wraparound from Cave that's ruining them 3 times now.
Well, they're going to have to deal with OC's off for the first time here, and he's going to make it work as he shoots down to the bottom of the B lane, but once again, it happens. They get in the middle, but then Nitro comes over the top of Heaven, and Falcons are left just crumbling again.
They cannot get a grip on Cave and Jaguar whatsoever. There's always a player ready to come through it from NRG. Now, the off on OC did drop. They're going to want to recover that. Nitro's making the sprint. We'll see if he gets it into the next round.
I heard a drop noise.
I did hear a drop noise as well. Could have been many things, though. Could have been an M40 or an AK-47.
Could have been. Let's hope it was the AWP for their sake.
Could have been an incendiary for a Molotov.
Could have been. But you know what? It's definitely a second timeout for Falcons.
It is definitely a timeout, a second timeout for Falcons. Yeah, and they need it. They need to talk things over. And this is where you start having the criticisms of Falcons really kind of levy in, which is just like, when you have this much star power, how are we not able to get anything going on this T side? They've hit a really quite a cold stretch. But again, it's a weird one in the sense that they have they're having success. They're getting the trades, they're getting the kills in middle. It's just that one pesky play out of Cave that each and every time is coming at an unexpected moment. I mean, you kill OC at the jump up with an AWP, and you almost kind of probably feel like that's going to be some of the pressure from that location taken away, and then just 2 seconds later, a Nitro pops out. Yeah. He's got 4 kills.
What do you think?
He's got 4 of his 5 kills are from that position. The triple spray down, and then this one we just saw in the last round.
Well, I'm interested to see what Falcons are going to do to adapt to that. A little bit quicker in this round. We'll maybe see that in the gun rounds, but
P-pop, it looks
more
like
of a direct hit in this round with weaker weapons having to go to Nactan, Galil, and pistols.
Okay, they haven't hit the timing either whatsoever as the utility fades, and that spot time for Sonic, who had to run back to spawn to get some extra nades, and it looks like actually George might want to aggress at the top of ramp and just peek down and see what he's going to get. Defensive smoke, Nitro's got attention, he can't get away, he's got to stand and fight, only one.
Yeah, gets the one at least. Sonic also finding some success here, slowing Falcons down, and once you get stalled out in a round like this, it takes a lot. It takes one individual to step up and try and get that going again, and that's Kyosuke, who is leading that fight. He's got a second kill locked in here on the bomb site. Gonna start thinking about the plant soon enough, but that smoke is just faded. It's gonna get re-smoked here, but they give OC a shot, and he's gonna take it on Monacy as he crosses into the open. Flash goes in, but it doesn't matter. OC can still find you, as Tesses is now left alone in the clutch. Falcons need one of these rounds to go their way. It's got to be a Tesses clutch here.
Yeah, I think he's going to want to use the clock as well. I'm not even going to worry about trying to plant. Just hide here for a moment, see if he catches someone looking for information on an awkward timing. He wants them to feel like he's left this bomb site to go over to the other side of the map. So how long does NRG... Okay, now they know. Now they spot the information. Plant's going to be committed to now.
Moves off, can't really go too far. Has to just take that straight up fight, and Sonic gives him the 1v1 he's been looking for, and now he knows where OC is. But can he deal with the threat of the AWP? It's a risk to step into the open, but Tesses is taking it to change that position up at the timing. Will he look? Oh, he ggets back to the angle. OC trying to duel with him. He's only got the sidearm out, but he's dropping Tesses low, and he finishes him off. OC just can't lose a fight today. And Tesses is so frustrated about that.
So sad. The death by 1,000 cuts, just the jiggle peeking USP.
Dude, this is wild. This is what we wanted to see from OC. You know, at the start of this year,
yes,
we mentioned Flomland already, but we were out there at Flormland in Las Vegas, and we were seeing OC pop off, and we were wondering, is this just against North American competition? If he goes out to Europe, is OC going to be able to keep it up? And that was the question we had for this 2026 season. Throughout stage one, he absolutely did. A drop off, and we expected that against Mouse, but the fact that he's showing up here against Falcons in this way gets me very excited for NRG this year.
Yeah, it's very cool. That's a lot of credibility to such the success and the performances he's been having within the region in North America. Exactly right. Looking good. That's 2 1v1 clutches he's won in this half for NRG to keep them spotless on the CT side. Mid control completely for NRG. Now they've got players on the jump up from middle. B lane is not available to Falcons any longer.
Good shot from Nico. Very low in HP, and he's held back. So at least you get the control of that area of the map. If you're NRG, you do concede a player, but you got B lane. Lock Nico in behind the double doors for now.
Smoke in A main kind of negates that smoke that is thrown by Falcons towards Red Room. Honestly, was perched there with the op. Seemed like they might want to activate out, but the elbow smoke takes that option away. So over to the A bomb site, we start to work ourselves as Falcons. Nico's still playing deep outside B, just going to throw utility, but he's missed his smoke, so that fake will do absolutely nothing. The defense at this bomb site playing from Donut. They have information in mid, so they know nobody's coming.
Molotov towards default. It's going to be OC's side of the donut. Smoke goes into the peak, and it's Monacy and Tessas who take a couple of kills with them, leaving Bro and, well, now just Bro, inside of the donut. So he has taken Kosuke, but they know where he is. So they're just going to continue to bombard him with utility. Falcons will fight their way into their first round victory.
Yeah, take everything out of the hands as well. And money's going to start being a problem now, though. At the later stages of the half, it's not going to be too consequential. Nico finds it from the back. He got the opening kill and the final kill. First round for Falcons. 9-1 in the favor of NRG, but they've stopped the streak. They've got at least something going for them. And we were wondering what the switch-up was going to be with the change from Falcons. These past 3 rounds or so have just been much more focused hits. Not playing that spread-out default, not playing like it's just a standard style and taking control. It's been more attacking the extremities, direct attacks into the bomb site with numbers to prevent themselves from getting punished by those kind of quick flank plays.
Nico. What an early fight he's looking for here. He will get a very important trade kill as well. Cracking open that B bomb site. They're just going to move. Look at the bomb filtering in as well. Can Nico find a follow-up? Looks in the right direction, but loses the duel against Nitro, and that has thrown a bit of a spanner in the works here for Falcons' plan.
Cool to see Nico try and flex, though. Good shot from OC, peeking back into it. Monacy can't get away. Okay, well, this is all set up. Tessis, who's wrapping around. The bomb is going to work its way to the other side of the map. And Tessis, oh my god, depending on how detailed NRG is and how much they're aware of this, Tessis could ruin everything. However, NRG 3 players pushing B ramp means they might bypass his position altogether. But NRG still haven't pieced together that the bomb is not here and it's making its way to the A site.
Trying to pull any NRG players out of the woodwork, but Kixon realizes no one responds to that tap on the plant. So he's going to go back into his spawn. Now on Inferno, this would be the kind of round NRG would be losing. But let's see if they're able to win it. Tesses is in a strong spot, but you can see how patient NRG are in these moments. OC still hasn't moved. Very patient indeed, hoping that he's going to catch a better timing. He does get the information on Tesses, who realizes he can't stick around and commit himself to that fight as his teammate moves in. Tesses now alone, they know exactly where he is. OC keeps him occupied, and in fact, OC will get rid of him. So that is 10-1, an incredible showing in this first half from NRG.
Yeah, incredible play there from OC as well, just being so patient, just realizing he's got to wait for his teammates to be in position to try and make his move to get involved in that retake, not falling prey to Tesses' position.
It's the fact that NRG get right back to another round win after conceding their first. You know,
yeah.
They don't let Falcons actually build up the final 3 rounds of the half.
Yeah, you're right.
It's really impressive from NRG. I'm glad that they've been able to show this. The weaknesses, as you mentioned, have been on the T side. We've seen that on Inferno, and we've seen it on Ancient yesterday as well. So we know they're going to have struggle on the T side, or at least that's what we've seen signs of, but they've given themselves enough CT rounds. They don't need a great T side at all.
That's the thing. Even if you struggle on your T side, you should be able to win an 11-1 half. Let's just say if it gets there, we'll find out exactly what it's going to be. Smoke at the bottom of B ramp. Monacy trying to peer over the top with the op. It's broken a little bit, but he missed the cross. That was OC who slides over. Op no longer in the hands of OC, but the AK's been doing just fine for him throughout this half. And that's an opening kill provided in middle. 5-on-4 in the favor of Falcons and kicks it. He's waiting for it.
Yeah, the reaction has always been you lose that mid player, and then look at Keisuke as well.
Exactly.
Like, we know what you're trying to do, Nitro.
But Nitro's equally like, they've got to be waiting for it.
They're waiting.
He's like, can I get away with it?
I didn't really get the chance there, did I? OC's coming to back him up, so Nitro and OC. Now just Nitro do that molly, that separates them, and a little stronger this time from Falcons.
Thought that little noise cue of OC taking a tick of Molotov damage might set Nitro up quite nice.
Look how much damage has been done to Falcons, though. Yes, they're in a 5v3, but those players can melt away extremely quickly. And with a kill on from Sonic on the high HP player, it's now very low remainders for Falcons.
Yeah, but it's unconfirmed damage. That's the tough part. George not being able to get the kill. Kixon gonna step in. OC, that one's a freebie. But now the low HP comes into effect. Nico on 31. Monacy on 49. Those are the two players inside the B bomb site.
Oh, all up though. That negates the issue. Leave Sonic 1v3. He's going to give it a go. Last round of the half. It's already been fantastic for NRG. But a second round looking to be secured here by the Falcons.
Yeah, and you got to say, it's been so cool seeing NRG. I've seen Smiles crack in like towards the later stages of this half now that they've gotten up to like 9-10 rounds. But coming into this, you could tell so locked in after map 1, and they got the reward. Came in focused, on point, and they've got a 10-2 lead at half.
we had concerns that Ancient might actually get worse for NRG. It got way better, Jason.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful story where they're painting right now. Coming into this second map of play, it is looking so good for NRG. Actually, it looks like it's going to be difficult to lose this one.
I can't believe he's even frustrated after that happened anyway. Yeah, it's a complete 180. We were having this exact conversation. It was 11-1 on Inferno after the first half in the favor of Falcons. It just narrowly avoided a 12-0 half, and all of a sudden they're sitting in the driver's seat with an incredible lead. But let's not forget their last game on Ancient that was played yesterday. They only got one round on the T side. So I mean, look, you're not saying it out loud. You're not trying to bring it to people's minds if you're an NRG squad, but the pistol round's very, very important.
Very.
Just for your own mentality.
Well, here comes the utility flying through the sky. Smoke's going to land in towards Donut and the CT cross, and here's Tesses. Just out from that big box. It's going to be OC that goes down quite quickly. Kyosuke, oh, another beautiful couple of kills coming through, leaving Nitro on his own. So,
okay, this
is the first step, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this is why I mentioned the pistol round was so important, which seems crazy when you're up 10-2 that the pistol round would be important for you. But not only do you lose it, you get deleted and destroyed it, and like it's just in the back of your mind is going to be that sense of, okay, here's that T side Ancient again. You know, like you're not quite panicked yet. You're not quite thinking anything too crazy, but you are just kind of, you know, it's there.
The trauma. You know, your body reacts first, Jason.
The memory. The latent memory.
Gotta logic your way out of it. Here comes Nitro. Bomb just loose. And he'll give it a good go, but absolutely not expecting anything here, especially with honesty around the backside. Will be the insurance policy. And he's strolling on in. Do it to him.
Offer wants a knife.
Yeah, a knife. Oh, he missed it. Oh my god. Nice try, Modesty. It would be pretty cool to have a knife in both pistol rounds.
Yeah, that would be a nice little claim to fame, wouldn't it?
Just if, you know, Modesty could have done it there. You know.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Well, you know, Nitro turned.
It's always the worst, isn't it? When you're like, commit to the knife, and then...
Dude, I don't ever commit to knives.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not one of those players.
Do you get yourself in those situations, Jason?
No, because I never go for it. I commit to the kill. I get the kill, I win the round.
Boring. All right, let's see the Glocks. One flash. The goal here is to get a bomb plant. That's kind of the only thing you can... Well, you can maybe do some damage. You can trade some utility, Jason. Take your time. Have a nice, relaxing time here on the server. Yeah,
you could try and milk a few extra nades out of things. Looks like they'll be happy to do that sitting back. But yeah, it's I don't know. We kind of had we can go back to that convo about NRG and just our expectations for them for the year, because we mentioned this is a team on Inferno when they're getting kind of battered. You know, you kind of measure things against what you expect out of them. This is a team that needs a lot of European experience. So I mean, it's great to have this kind of a positive experience going on at the moment. But still, NRG, this is a team throughout the year that we're just going to be hoping we continually see at these events so we can track their progress or lack of progress, whatever it may end up being.
Hopefully progress.
Hopefully progress.
Yeah, hopefully progress. I think we'd all sign up for that. Oh, we got a chance to talk to Nitro at the start of the year. He was talking about their plans and their expectations for the future, and obviously having to bring OC back into the team. At least he's a familiar player for the organization and his teammates. But you know, they did get rid of Exotic, or he got rid of himself at the start of this year, and you bring in a new opera. I think you're going to be very happy. OC seems to have just completely upgraded the team, though.
I mean, we've talked to, we can wax lyrical as long as we want on how important the offer is, but certainly having OC in the team and having him playing like this is a big boon to the NRG squad. First gun round of this second half. 6-round lead for NRG. They're going to start out with the default, traversing up the B lane over towards middle, and nobody's home for Falcons to challenge. So mid control firmly in the favor of NRG's offense. Seeing no presence. Really, the only information that NRG's gotten on this round so far is the spam from Tesses onto Bro, knowing one was going to be in Jaguar. They even kind of go deep in middle and hunt down to see if anyone's going to be peeking or giving them a fight in Donut. Nothing coming from Falcons. So NRG now looks like, you know, with that control and with some of the pressure and the presence they've shown to the Falcons defense, they just want to fall back and descend to and execute at the B bomb site. Defense is starting to shift back a little bit, so they'll be playing behind the smokes.
Moving on up, it is Tesses. Gets his one pick, Nitro to fall away, and George to respond as NRG have some space into the site. Kind of a flank coming in late from Nico here, but it's all about the fight forward from Kyosuke. He gets just the one Bro to trade it. Kicksan keeping Falcons ahead by one player, but that one extra player is only arriving in middle now. He's climbing up to heaven, and Nico is getting himself in a spot that becomes very dangerous at the end of this round.
Yeah, they got to step forward and fight because this took so long. The smokes have faded, so they got to go find the kill. Sonic looking the wrong direction. OC grabs one, needs this fast, needs it right now. Oh, gonna turn, and now he knows he's sandwiched. Nowhere to go, nowhere to fight. 10-5. There's that nice Ilya.
Nice Ilya is coming out, isn't it? There we go.
We've got it all. We've hit the whole checklist.
We have. Reddit really do know what they're talking about, huh? No 13-0s, though.
Not yet.
It was looking like NRG could have done it there for a little while.
I know. Both teams had their crack at it.
All right, Jason. What happens if Falcons win this? That's the question I have. What if Falcons come back and win this?
Well, NRG gets eliminated from IEM Kraków.
I know. I know. It would be such a sad way for it to happen, wouldn't it?
I mean, I don't think there's any. I mean, it'll be disappointing and it'll kind of suck because we have to focus on the fact that NRG kind of had such a good first half and then it collapsed into the second half. But I don't think it would change any like big picture opinions on the NRG squad or the Falcon squad for that matter, right?
Maybe on the T side. It would change my opinions on the T side.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be very worried about that for the future. But I think it'd be good to know for NRG that, okay, CT side's great.
Hello.
Bro has cracked open the site. The bomb is flooding in.
No one's with OC, though. They'd love to be able to trade this kill, but now you've just kind of handed Kixon over a good piece of control around Cube. And you don't have the weapons to fight at this range. You really needed to join up with OC and kind of take that fight and control that part of the bomb site. Now these rifles get to swing wide, and you can do nothing to stem the tide. 10-6, and Falcons very quickly just 4 rounds back. That lead evaporating very, very fast.
Yeah, that DP is being stuck as well. 4 rounds away from a tied up, and then the laughs, the smiles, it's all returning to the faces here of Falcons.
Yeah, it's not feeling as bleak anymore, is it? Now that
not at all.
Now you got started on the right foot in this second half.
But that's MR12. The gap can just close so quickly.
Yeah, the swing happens very, very fast. Lovely shot from Bro to get you in and get a bomb plant and give the potential for danger, but not able to build a whole lot off of it with just pistols. Up in the hands of OC for the first time in this second half. AK's in full utility to surround that on the other members of NRG. Standard utility out in middle. Nades and Molotovs exchanged by both sides.
Well, spam down into the elbow. Smokes worked out perfectly here for Nico. Not only has he got the 1 kill, but look at the amount of damage he's done to George. And look at the reaction, though. NRG trying to send Bro up into the bomb site, but he gets caught easily. It just seems like a lot of individual fights that make it easy here for Falcons. And they are, they're putting up a big old defensive wall right now.
Yeah, this is a really bad round. Well, I mean, obviously with the way it's played out, but just I think like having this as a round, like your first gun round after you got beat, you had to save, now you come back and do a gun round. Yeah, the boost up in middle is a little bit rough, doesn't go your direction. Blinded, Nico spams down one, great damage to the other. And the protocol when you see that presence coming down middle from the CT side is to challenge into the B bomb site, but man, you step right into Monacy's op, he gets a double. Falcons was just perfectly in place to deny everything you tried to do in the round. Ends up looking a little bit flat. And now you're starting to get into that same situation on Inferno where your start to the T side is so slow and so rough that the money is built up. Falcons don't have to worry about economy. Nice Maxim.
Yeah. Nice Maxim. It was nice.
It was nice, yeah.
Gotta say you earned that.
I haven't heard a nice Nico yet.
No. I haven't heard that at all, really.
A little bit unreasonable.
Nice, Nico.
First time out called. Doing it with not plenty of time, but still a buffer of 3 rounds to toy with if you're NRG. The problem is that round goes nowhere. So
and this isn't really a round, is it? You know, you don't have a buy.
No, but I mean, look, you gotta have tactics for rounds like this, right? Like, how many times do we see a team just pop off and just steal a round out of nowhere off like a really, a fast Tech 9 play or just kind of like a nice shot from a deagle that opens things up. So you have to have a round that you can maybe put in. And this might be one you want to test the A bomb site. I don't think we've seen NRG really attack that a whole lot, especially after the pistol round. Maybe that's a little bit too telegraphed in a low economy round like this, but yeah, there's some things you can do with these Tech 9s. Elbow smoke from the Falcons defense. Insta utility from the T side as well to set up middle. They want to pounce a little bit late. Delayed. 3 players coming through now, and Nico's blinded and forced off the angle.
Yeah, Nico. Oh, I give him a nice Nico right now. There we go. 2 clean headshots. Smokes out the donut as well and doesn't overextend his life.
Oh my god. There's that old school Nico. Clothesline one tap.
Well, 10-8, Jason.
10-8.
Unless we got an OC Tech 9 Deagle with the OCAK.
Okay.
Walking into the B bomb site.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're cooking. So the Deagle's going to lead the way. Bro's going to get dropped by Tess's, but OC's going to swing for the trade. Instant headshot.
They've got nades too. Don't forget about the utility they've got available.
Yeah, they're shuffling it back to Nitro. He's saying, let me send you guys forward. Y'all have some fun. I'll come pick up the pieces after the fact.
So the util goes in. Now they know what's up here, Falcons. Got to deal with the OCAK though. The OCAK is taking the kill inside of the site, but it's gone as Tess says, holds down mouse 1. It's just a single kill as Nitro responds. Fire at their feet as that plant can't come in just yet. They cancel it, they replace it elsewhere, and now Bro and Nitro have a 2v3, one of which on the Falcon side is extremely low. That's Nico on 19 HP from his fire engagement, but then Monacy just does a little bit of BS and sends a couple of shots through to remove Bro. But it puts Nitro in a 1v3 as he stands at the top of the ramp. It would take a stellar clutch from Nitro, and he's got the step in the right direction. They're putting pressure on him, and he gets a second shot off as well. A nice try from Nitro, but a nice round from Nico.
Look at the smiles and laughs coming around the Falcon side. I mean, that's a close round. It's a pretty tense situation. They're still just giggling, having a good time with it. So Falcons obviously not feeling any pressure, not feeling concerned whatsoever. And why would they? Blank in the second half so far. Everything is looking good. And NRG's offense still cannot find a gap to exploit. Oh, that's so nasty from Nico. Open space fights at mid-range, always been his specialty, and puts it on display there.
Out middle they run. It's Sonic heading out into the fight, and Kyusuke has mowed down Sonic without issue on the rifle. So an opening kill here found for the side of Falcons again. I like Bro's response here, though. Getting through the smoke, taking a risk to go through Jag, and all the way up into the cave now. Kixon's going to come right back. Bro's already right up in his face, but Kixon still wins that fight.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That could have been a great play to throw some chaos into what Falcons was doing on the map. That might have made this very awkward for them. So now NRG going to fall into this walk into the A bomb site. Monacy holding the line deep from CT spawn. And it looks like they want to go contact as they don't want to give away this final play too early. So unless OC can do something special, Monacy might be able to just pick one out as they traverse into the bomb site.
Around the corner, Nico holds on. It's going to be Nitro to fall away. Good trade, though, from George, but the problem is you still got 2 extra players on the Falcon side. That Plant is coming in, taking 1 player out of commission for a while, and in fact, he's completely out of commission now as he's forced off the site, but then OC just got 2 kills out of it. They're going to backtrack into the donut, so a good position to have. And George is actually going to move forward towards Kixon as that bomb takes away. Kixon's patience not paying off just yet.
But it will. George has completely forgot about this.
Yes, but there we go. Actually, they both line up. Good reaction from OC. He's got to do it all. It's got to be a 4K from OC. A risk on 5 HP to cross to the back, but Monacy's just got on the defuse. Does OC go for the peek? He does go into the open. Monacy gets up to the kill, and these rounds are coming so close, but Falcons edging them out every time.
Want to buy a round if you're NRG. So desperately close right at the end. OC with another banger of a shot to prevent Kixon from getting a double, giving himself a chance in the 1v1 and bringing it all the way to the end. He's been spectacular in clutches, but that one is just barely out of reach, and NRG still no success to speak of in this second half.
Oh, it's so frustrating. That's 2 extremely close rounds that could have put them up to map point. But NRG just watching that comeback happen on the other side. Now 1 round separates them.
I mentioned it was there after the pistol, that knowledge of, okay, this rough T-side ancient might be manifesting itself again. Like, here we go one more time. But now you've also got the other memories popping forward as well of Inferno, the map just prior, where you got close in so many rounds, where you lost a couple of close clutches that buried you in the first half. And it's just been so long where you haven't had a win now. 7 rounds straight for Falcons. NRG desperately need a performance that changes this game, that just changes the energy. And look at the money still for Falcons, even after a couple of close rounds. Still rich.
Running out in towards middle, it is Kyosuke. To take the one and then get traded out by George as he comes through elbow. Look at the damage done, though, to NRG. You've got half HP here on Bro, half for George.
You better clear this. This is a detail at this stage of the game that you could miss.
Yeah, Nico just waiting. Oh, it's going to be an easy kill for Nico in the end. Throws utility down, separates off OC, but OC doesn't care right now. He is just hunting these frags down. 24 kills so far from OC.
Yeah, great showing from OC thus far. On the other side of the map, it's Bro, who's just trying to maintain control of B lane outside of the bomb site, making sure nobody pushes, making sure the option for NRG to fall back to his position is available to them. So starting to kind of scamper through T-spawn at the moment. They'll join up with him in just a few seconds. Still two defenders here as Tessus slides into cave. And trusting Monacy on the other side of the map. He's got the safety of Temple. But Falcons playing without information at this point, so the positions they're choosing to play are safe.
Oh, Bro finished off. Then Tessus just retreats back into the safety of the cave. Some wall bangs as well. As NRG move into the site for the plant. Like I said, so many close rounds for NRG over these last few.
Tessus is spamming and making sure they know he's still here to set up Kixen's flank.
But you gotta pick one up eventually, and Kixen now arriving on that flank. OC spotted looking the wrong way, and George stepping a little bit too far into the scope of Monacy, so it's all tied up. That comeback has happened so quickly, and that happy energy, that positivity and confidence you built from the first half is eradicated if you're NRG.
Yeah, it's gone. It's nowhere to be found at the moment. You can't even remember that it ever existed at this point. Tough times at the moment for NRG as this is just getting worse now. 8 in a row for Falcons. They have all the solutions on this defense and still yet to give themselves an... I feel like we haven't seen a whole lot of rounds where NRG have found an opening kill. You know, maybe just like a 2-for-1 trade, taking some kind of the map control. I feel like they haven't really been able to challenge too much in the mid rounds throughout this half.
Bro trying to force the issue, just try and get out Heaven to join his teammates. He has done pretty well, and the distraction is set up a look up towards Heaven, and so Bro, Nitro, and George all taking kills early.
All right, they've had enough. Tied up, and now NRG, they get it going. Nitro's got an angle. They step in. This time Kixen goes down. And that's the first round of this second half for NRG. They're going to get the bomb plant. Monacy has nothing to do. Going to start shifting over. And this sets up a very interesting situation, because if we look at the money while Monacy kind of closes out this 1v4, it's going to be a lot of rebuys on the Falcon side. Nico's going to be pretty much out of money after the next round buy. Kixen is going to be tough. You have cash on Monacy to drop over, but you start putting the money in kind of an odd situation where Falcons have to consider it in their decision-making. And if you can ever reset that at this stage, this late in the map, devastating to whoever loses that. Monacy will keep the ult. Oh, no, he won't.
No, he won't.
That's actually a huge deal. If he was able to keep that AWP, he could have dropped 2 M4s in this next round, and that would have done a bit. That would have gone a long way to like preventing too much of the hurt in terms of the money. Now he's gonna have to reinvest. So NRG have teed themselves up, and this is the opportunity they really can't miss on. 11-10, they've maintained the lead. You get to 12-10 right now with a win. And Falcons is going to have a couple players fighting with scraps in the next round. So a chance now for NRG as they look to force a third map in this series, this elimination series at IEM Kraków, Group B. Third and deciding map would be Dust 2 if we can make it there. Brawly map for all the talent inside the server.
Important that NRG keep this up, though. You know, it can't just be one flash in the pan here. We already know that they have one A round on the T-side engine yesterday. That was it. And so it can't be a similar result here. Falcons still have a lot of money. And this is a good buy. As they try and get into the mid-fight, it's Kyosuke to force that elbow push away. And we're going to see NRG funneled into what is going to be an A attack out of spawn.
Yeah, Sonic fortunate to get away with the kind of HP that he does. So he'll stay with the lurk. There's him chucking out the CT smoke so they can actually attack into the A bomb site. Bro is coming back right now. He's in T-spawn at the moment. So hit is underway. Falcons a little bit out of position, but not unheard of at this A bomb site, so Plant will likely go down. Nico, 9 HP. That last bullet just does tons of damage, and he's got to back off. He'll set up and throw utility for his teammates, but now the retake gets exponentially more difficult with Nico out of the fight.
And Ace is landing heavily towards Kickstand. It drops him to 7.
I mean, I don't know if you want to go for this with 2 players at low HP. Remember the money situation as well. That's a consideration now for Falcons. Do they want to risk these weapons in this?
As every second ticks on, the likelihood of winning this round gets smaller and smaller, and also with that kill from OC, it might have just made the decision for them.
They're lucky they don't lose more. If OC had that damage confirmed, he'd be fighting all these and trying to take these low HP weapons away. But as such, he gave up the fight thinking the retake was still a possibility. So Falcons able to back out, salvage all the weapons that they've still got. 4 of them will survive in the next round.
And everyone stays up. Nitro goes down to the bomb. A single player survives here for the side of NRG, but the fact that they just won 2 rounds in a row, it feels like they figured it out right at the end.
Well, and all that pressure, all that worry that builds up and saying like, okay, here's our crappy Ancient T side. How are we going to close this one out when this is so rough? But now you have the pressure of saying, okay, we've at least got overtime. You know, you don't have to be super concerned about that at the moment. You got 2 chances to close it out. Focus on the next round, at hand. Last 2 rounds, it looked like a lot of attention towards middle for Falcons. NRG really making it feel like this mid hit is coming in both rounds. And back to the A bomb site, rinse and repeat. Monacy's here.
Yeah, Monacy, great shot. That's going to rip apart George. They're going to continue to put the pressure on, pilot on. Monacy, though, has saved the day. In fact, plugs the gap. 2 kills to keep Falcons alive here. A 5v3 is NRG going to have to dig themselves out of this hole. And the longer they take, the more rotations start to arrive here for Falcons.
Yeah, Monacy knew. He's like, they took that A-bomb site way too easy. Good kill from Sonic. They needed someone to create the situation.
Oh!
Can't win the follow-up in a 4-on-2.
That was the all-important fight there. Kyosuke loses that jewel, then it looks like it's back on, and NRG had a chance of closing it. Still can. OC off the big box, off the Ripper, gets himself one here, and Kyosuke has the utility to toss out as well to buy some time, but he's gone. And so it's all Nitro, and he steps out into the open. Kickson will confirm the kill. And Falcons will confirm that we need every round of regulation.
Yeah, Bomb Plant's going to help with some extra money, though. They did lose a couple at the tail end of the previous round, so we'll see what the economy's like. But NRG, one more bid for it. I love the idea. Monacy knew exactly what was happening. Knew that was going to be an A play. Calls his own number, puts himself at the angle to counter the rush perfectly with the AWP. Saves his teammate as well to boot in the aftermath. Nitro looking down the line, calling out his last tactic of regulation. Round 24, overtime for Falcons, or map number 3 earned by NRG.
NRG set up outside of the B site, 3 players at the bottom of the ramp. And Nitro will start to walk his way up towards the top. Clearing out one inside of the bomb site. That's Testes removed. Kickson stepping into the open. Nitro again. Some really important shooting, but they had an extra player lining away, hidden away as Kyosuke, but even he can't do enough. And so we now have 3 versus 2 as NRG are in pole position to try and close this map out, but Nico has arrived in time. And it's that duo of Nico and Monacy trying to close this one out for Falcons to get it into overtime and prolong play. Utilities made things very difficult here for OC. He can't confirm the plant just yet. And his health has dropped to 29. There's the move forward for Nico. There's the fight won by Sonic. It's Monacy for the clutch, or we go to map 3 of Dust 2. What a turnaround from NRG. The first half of the CT side was impressive, but yeah, you're right, they line up and it's a dink that will confirm the map victory. Oh my god, NRG, they get real close there as they line up, but eventually they break through. They get Ancient under their belt, and so impressive that they're able to get banged out on Inferno, but stay in it here on the second map.
Yeah, not only that, the complete reversal in the first half to dominate themselves, but then finding themselves under the boot heel of Falcons for the entirety of the second half, winning 3 of the last 4 rounds after getting both. Just a mental collapse after the way that app was going. So we go into map number 3. It's Dust 2 to decide everything. One of the oldest maps in Counter-Strike enters the stage, and we get to see who goes home at the end of the day. Elimination on the line. NRG starting on the CT side. Falcons attacking into them on the offense.
Obviously a strong start. It was a big reason as to why NRG were able to get going on Ancient and really show us a strong performance across the whole map. Well, let's see what NRG can do here in this pistol. Here we go. going up through short here on the Falcons side of things, and Monacy's going to come out on top of the early engagement against Sonic. So the opening kill falls in favor of the T's. No trade yet, although they're doing some damage to Kixen.
All right, well, this position from George, if it goes unchecked, Tessus hasn't even considered it at the moment. He's kind of giving it some cursory glances. Okay, needs to nail the headshot, and he does. All right, now he can help protect Bro, but Bro's got to fall back, and he's under so much pressure. Good shot. There's George out from long. One more would be great. Look at the low HP. He's got it. Triple kill from George, holding onto the bomb site.
Yeah, now Nico left 1v3 clutch required, so he's going to put that bomb down, or at least tap it. Getting a bomb plant would be good for the second round force buy here for his team if he's unable to win this clutch.
Nico with a USB. This dude's got a great chance to close out this pistol.
They're all sort of figuring out where they want to go for this retake attempt. Do they want to all come in from the same side? Well, letting the long players now show. 2 players spotted. Nico piecing that together in his head. He exposes himself to the short peak for the time being. And that is going to be OC coming through on that short flank straight away. Took the risk to show his back to short and ends up costing him.
Yeah, a tough clutch for Nico when he gets into the bomb plant and get that down. I mean, you have a tough decision. You either get hyper aggressive to kind of take yourself away from the danger coming from short of OC, but you put yourself in a disadvantaged fights, or you play it the way Nico does. And you can see that quick one tap, first bullet headshot. Could have pieced something together if OC's not coming from behind. That's really nicely done in the pistol for NRG, mostly from George. And a failed clear of the pit from Tessus is their undoing. So 1-0 for NRG. CT side again starting out on the right foot.
Getting themselves comfortably into the tunnels early on here. Falcons going to be sending a couple down lower. Waiting for that top mid peak to come in. They've got that hinge smoke thrown out for the doors. They can split mid control through lower tunnels and through top mid and get up through cat. So you're going to have what you want here, Falcons. And you can see the difference that that bomb plant from Nico has done to the buy of Falcons. They've got a very good purchase here.
Yeah, and actually that's kind of scary if you're NRG. You're giving a lot of respect over to him. OC is the main point of contact and main resistance at the A bomb site. Just a single M4 at railing. NRG being very cautious about the mid to be split. And I mean, for good reason, right? This is Falcons so far just showing they take catwalk, showing that they might want to use that as a staging ground, but the options available to them to drop back just as they're doing, chuck out the smoke and attack into that B bomb site. 3 defenders here with Sonic playing outside the site. Nitro inside, and same with Bro.
Well, smoke out for the cross. That's being deployed. Sonic going to be alerted to the fact that a B split is likely being set up here, but he turns away from the flash and ends up getting wrecked by the Tech 9. So the space is up, and Bro, well, he's under quite a bit of pressure worrying about the window swing, but it was just the second player coming through the doors that cost him his life. Now the plant will be secure from Falcons, and NRG slowly making their way closer to the bomb site, but it's so tough to see a world in which they retake this.
Yeah, I would have liked, if you're going to play Sonic outside the site kind of alone to work with Bro over at the window, I'd like to see him be a little bit more aggressive, but again, so much space is given over for Falcons. Now, this is still very doable with that find on Tess over in middle. 2-on-2. There's no kids, so OC and George have to move quick, but there's plenty of time in the bomb still.
Nico blinded. There's a good kill from Monacy, stopping them come through the door, and Monacy and Nico able to close out the round. So Falcons may lose the pistol, but they immediately respond with a force buy win.
Yeah, bounce back. Really clean entry. Sonic just eats a flashbang right when he's about to get into a fight and just gets dropped by a Tech 9. That's a tough bomb site to hold on to after the fact when they're already knocking at the double doors. Bro wasn't able to get anything done over from window, and completely wrecked is NRG. Split apart. Coming out of the double doors, we're tied up at 1. Reinvestment from CT side, pistols, 1 MP9 on Nitro. Nothing to be too excited about. We're going to get some aggression, though. Sonic pushes up towards top mid. OC pushes in towards lower with the 5-7.
Oh. Sonic applying the pressure to Monacy, but Monacy's going to handle it. Kyosuke the same in the lower tunnels. And just Nitro left on the MP9 with 18 HP. There's 2 pistols around him.
Yeah, nothing for the follow-up players. You had a couple players positioned on catwalk. Nothing for them to do when these kills happen so far away. Can't really peek into anything. So Nitro's going to tuck himself behind the double doors. 5-on-3 for Falcons, so they can take it as slow as you'd like. And gonna have plenty of opportunities to hit the pause button and just wait and see if there's going to be a reaction.
Nitro.
Uh-oh.
Okay, spins around on that MP9. Now he's got an M4.
Whoa.
Okay, Nitro. That is something special in the lower tunnels. Nitro has turned nothing into something quite beautiful here for NRG.
Oh, that's an awesome sequence. Flash through the smoke. Nobody expected. I thought for sure Falcons would be on notice for any plays like that, but not ready for Nitro. A quick 3 kills, and the round is back in contention.
George is winning with the 5-7. He actually goes into the peak instead of waiting. It has cost him against Nico and opened up that B bomb site. So the smoke is going to go down on the Molotov towards the back of the site, but that smoke's gone way too deep. Look at that. That allows Bro to still try and spot the cross. Allows him to enter the site a lot easier as well.
Nico's got a cross with the bomb.
Oh, no, Miss Smokes cost him. It's Bro coming in. Now Tessus has to clutch, and he's so close to him.
my
But
God.
Nitro, low HP, delivers again. That is a Nitro hero moment for NRG.
Yeah, there he is. He's got a smile on his face. That's rolling back the years. That's very precise shooting with the M4 when he picks it up. Caught off guard on the fallback, but look at this. First kill is there. Transfers back, kicks in no chance. Blinded, I think, by the flash, but that one's a thing of beauty on a Monacy, and the MAC-10 has to be an instant kill. Back and forth we go, trading rounds to start Dust 2. This third map, 2-1 for NRG.
NRG swarming the tunnels. They've got full control of it. Well, because NRG have control of the tunnels, Falcons can't really do anything on that half of the map, so they're going to move over towards A long instead.
No one's home at the moment. Defense is positioned up on catwalk with Bro and OC. It's going to be up to George with his MP9 to just get a spot. Thankfully, he has an MP9, so you're not even going to make the decision to get into a fight. You'll see something and just run away. How fast is the scaling is the question. They're going to ignore that smoke, walk around it. Tesses challenges over a car. Here's the barrage of utility to slow down this hit, to let the defense get into place.
There's a swing out from George. It's Kyosuke. Kicks out, both falling away. Bro doing what he does best, and we've now got Nico left. Inside of the CT smoke, OC, he knows exactly what Nico's up to. And so 4-player stat for NRG, 3 rounds go on the scoreboard, and we are getting a good CT start again here from NRG.
Yeah, we got a game on our hands. This is going to be beautiful. They win that tug of war, and they get to move forward with all the advantages in the world. So likely going to be a round where Falcons sit back with just pistols, not a whole lot they can invest in. I'm surprised they didn't challenge through that smoke a little bit earlier, but I mean, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know, one way you're executing it, you're stepping through it into the flashbang. The other one, everyone's caught by the flashbang waiting behind it. Tough scenario for Falcons to be in, but now they sit back with Glocks. Flashbang just in case there's a lower push. There is one, but not as aggressive as Falcons were setting up for. Nice nade.
Oh, melted. Sonic and OC shredding them. And now Kicksan is left on his lonesome, and those Glocks don't get anywhere as expected. Nice and clean here from NRG, building that money up.
Yeah, some fine utility work from NRG in these past 2 rounds.
And laughing
Actually,
in.
let me say the past 3 rounds. The flashbang that activated Nitro for his triple kill
Yeah.
2 rounds back, or 3 rounds back. Previous round, the smoke delay up long, the pop flash through it to activate George. And now this nade chunks players down and gives Sonic an easy swing for money-making triple kill.
And they're all having a good time.
And now you force a timeout out of Sonic and Falcons as they talk things over. I mean, I guess this is a good point to rehash just how devastating this would be for a team like Falcons with their aspirations starting the year with an incredible upset loss to NRG to be eliminated from Kraków. That would set this team back in their goals. I don't even know how much. That would be a very tough thing to deal with when you realize coming into this year, you've not made progress, you've taken steps backward.
Yeah, especially, you know, when you see Falcons have a good run in Malta without their full team.
Yes.
And then you come to Kraków and you're like, okay, we've got a full team, this is it. And if you were to lose to NRG and be knocked out of the competition in the group stages, I mean, you're just
then
scratching your head.
you kind of have to ask yourself some questions that you don't really want to ask yourself. Grouped up is Falcons. They're feeling bruised, I think, beaten individually at the moment from NRG, so staying grouped up and just going to hit this B bomb site, and they found a timing where nobody's home. Nitro needs something from this position. He's got the first. Great damage, a second kill from Bro. Exactly what the doctor ordered for NRG.
Well, plants coming in. Falcons going to be into a 3v5 post-plant position. We know you can still be strong in post-plants in that B side, even if you are a couple of players down.
Bad smoke. Sonic's going to be willing to challenge that. Next obstacle for NRG on the retake is the one player waiting outside Monacy.
Okay, Monacy's spot, though. Oh, he gets hard cleared. George goes jumping. Monacy still fragging, though. And the AWP is slow to peak. Monacy doing a lot of work. He's just carving up NRG. How have they let him get away with that? And then Nico comes in. Oh, that has got to feel so tough for NRG, but a celebration there for Falcons.
Yeah, just not enough of a swing to take out Monacy. Not enough people were prepared for that fight. First player goes down. The reaction is so slow. Monacy's given time to reposition, to reset his recoil, and he's got a field day with a triple kill. Oh, complete devastation. When you're given the gift of 2 kills, you're playing retake on the B bomb site outside of it, and you still give yourselves a 5-on-3. That's a gift you cannot give back, and it's exactly what NRG's done. Doing their best Falcons impression in that retake.
Yeah, for real. OC looking all the way down into the lower tunnels. Unable to capitalize on the opening chance. No retreat. And there's the opener. It's Bro through the smoke. Kyosuke, he's going to be knocked out first.
Yeah, cool sequence, though, from Falcons. Just Bro gets a blind kill. I like the idea. Break the smoke, extinguish the Molotov, reverse that order with the flashbang from Monacy. So a 5-on-4 again from NRG. This is, and that's kind of something we saw back at Ancient as well. Like even not perturbed at all by those round losses, coming right back into things and still maintaining their poise. So Falcon's going to start scaling up short at the moment, turning the corner, making sure there's no AWP or nothing on the angle. OC does have his AWP back at the A bomb site. He's playing railing.
All the utility going up into position. Here comes the catwalk execute. 29 seconds left. Start making the way towards OC, who's just lying in wait with this AWP. They've dove down into a CT here. And right now, no one from NRG is fighting them. And then the spam comes through from Bro. That's going to be Kixen becoming a victim. So we have a 3v5 again. This time, you'll see if NRG win it, you'd hope.
All right, wait for the team.
Now Monacy holds, short peek comes up, head shown, and this time Monacy doesn't get a 3K, and Testis gets caught with just a single frag. So NRG, they keep 4 players up, they get the retake, and they respond to a frustrating round loss in the previous.
Yeah, the drop down was cool because it forced OC to back away and remain uncommitted after he gets flashed off the angle. Problem is they're so susceptible to the spam to CT spawn to the other side of the map. Nico's got to jump back up. You don't actually get anything for it. That's long lasting into the post plant. And this time, a very nice retake. It coordinated, a little bit more patience, and everyone ready to battle when they're called upon.
Hey, gotta say, we were talking about Bro having a really slow start into this series, was really struggling on Inferno, had a great second map. Now he's having another good game here. An important frag from Bro there in that moment.
He got the blind kill on Kixen as well to open things up to give him the 5-on-4 in the first place. So yeah, he's finding some ways to have impact.
So quick out here from Nico. He's kicking into gear and he won't get anything. Kixen does get the opener, but it's responded to immediately by 2 quick kills here from NRG. So we're now at a 4v3 of NRG with the advantage.
Yeah, but I think if you're Falcons, you're happy about this. Look at the space you've given Monacy. He's like, okay, well, we've got to kill out towards long. I'm going to have a gap in middle that I can slide into. OC, how far are you going to go? Oh, faster.
All the way.
Monacy didn't see enough of the body to take a shot, and OC trucks him.
So now for Falcons, you got 2 players stuck in tunnels, just slowly limping out. This is like plan C. And right now, Bro's just waiting on that. No problem. Step on out into the Bro. And they're gone. Heads ripped off. 6 rounds on the board. NRG feeling it. This is very similar to Ancient.
Yeah, this is a crazy turn of events considering the way this series began, where it looked like NRG didn't even belong in the server with a team such as Falcons, but that switched entirely on map 2. And now continuing on this 3rd and deciding map. NRG up by 4.
You know what the difference is as well for Falcons on Ancient when you're getting wrecked like this? Is that you've got a map behind you as your kind of safety net, right? You don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
Like What's waiting you if you lose this is elimination from IEM Kraków to NRG.
Yeah, it's a long, depressing plane ride home. Shot from OC, continuing towards top middle. Smoke had missed its mark, so he got the deep angle, and now he's got a leg shot on Modesty as well. The AWP is heating up.
This is the kind of round where you can just farm some pistols, get OC warmed up even more than he already is. The rest of his teammates taking kills on the rifle. Sonic just throwing himself into the fights, cleaning up even with the USP. 7 rounds now.
Yeah, Sonic's a scrappy brawler. He's going to love those fights. He's not going to be afraid of throwing his body into danger and getting things done. Second timeout forced out by Falcons. Now 5 rounds back, 7-2. And stumped at the moment. Their opening plays haven't worked out. They tried to get Kixon activated in middle previously with a flashbang. He gets dropped by Bro. Tried the fast long play with Kixon and Nico when they had the spawns in the previous round. That didn't work. Zonic desperately trying to find his team a game plan for the first 30 seconds of the round that can give him an advantage, prevent them from playing these 4-on-5s. Actually trying to keep some of the decision-making out of their hands as he kind of talks through what he's seeing from his perch behind them. Deep breath for Falcons as the timeout comes to a close, and they got to get back into the action and start recovering this. Hate Watchers eating good today, though.
Feasting. Absolutely feasting.
It's a buffet.
Now, there might be a headset issue here for Daps. You want that to get resolved as quickly as possible because what you want...
Are you going to ice yourself out for a coach headset? You're going to ice yourself out for a coach headset? You can play without it. He's good.
Well, if it's a quick turnaround, then you'll be all right here.
We can go old school with no technology. We'll just huddle up like we used to do.
And Daps just hangs out, communicates in sign language.
Oh, no. This is...
You would really hate to see it, wouldn't you? But it's quick. We got the fast admins, fast referees.
Okay. Yeah, they did. They're on top of their game.
Dabs, check out this headset. Does it work?
Give us a thumbs up, Daps. Come on now. All right, so not too bad. Nothing too crazy. Seems like he's back in the action. I wonder if we're going to I don't know if we're redo. I don't know when that actually happened if the timeout has to be redone. But yeah, coach seems back. Haven't gotten the thumbs up signal yet, though.
And they're just testing. Oh, that's off again.
Now, see?
You just want to keep it rolling when you got this kind of momentum.
Oh, he's talking now, so I'm assuming things are fixed.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so yeah, looks like we are kind of re-going through things. Daps is getting his chance to talk to the boys now that the headset is working. Typing coming in as well, so everyone's feeling readied up, ready to party. Group E lower bracket match. Loser goes home. Winner moves on to play 3D Max.
Yes, indeed. Well, let's check how the other match is going as well.
Oh yeah, there is quite a big match going on in the other stream, isn't there?
FaZe versus BC game currently underway on the A stream.
Yes, it is. So throw that up on a second monitor. Good game. Simple doing his best to keep BC game in the action here in Kraków. Tough task up against Falcons. Tough task at the moment, or excuse me, up against BC game. Tough task, I was going to say, as I transition gracefully into this match. Falcons with a 5-round deficit. Again, going towards a long play.
Ooh, Kisuke already out long, putting pressure on them, but here comes George. Look at the response straight away. Kisuke, great kill, but George, can he get one right back?
Oh,
he pulled the knife out.
Why are we doing that? Everybody calm down.
4v3. A chance to breathe. Everybody's walked away now, NRG. Run away. Sonic was there for the trade, but Kisuke is now farming them.
Now they're giving them all the peaks, giving them every fight they want. NRG just looking to get kills back, claw them into their favor. Tough task. Bomb is down out towards long, but it's going to be picked up at safety of the cave. Sonic's up. I think he's been spotted. So you can see on the other side of the map, Nico's opening up and giving a new avenue into the B bomb site. He'll pull Falcons back, and now Nico is the insurance policy inside the B bomb site.
Breaking open the smoke, having a little bit of a look into the site here, Sonic. Honesty engaged in a long fight, and he eventually will finish off Bro. There'll be something special from Sonic, and he's got a chance at it. That Deagle was damn close to the head, but...
Let's go!
not able to pull it off.
If he gave Nico, of all people, that dig in that moment, that would have been something crazy.
That would have been absolutely insane.
Okay, well, the knife switch seemed unreasonable. That was unnecessary because George actually had, that's such a sick play. He had such a great step on getting that flank and blocking them in towards long, and then Falcons would have felt really restricted. Mistake of inexperience, perhaps, 7-3, and you got to just hope that's not the door open for Falcons to come back into the game. Fast pace up short. OC's going to be here with the opposite. Expect this timing.
Well, he's going to take down, kicks down as short, and then drop further and further back. Slow them down with some utility, so Falcons have to play with that player deficit.
Another one. Nice shot from OC. He's taken 2 scalps over towards short, and this round from Falcons, despite the fast scaling, losing 2 players like this, paying the OC tax every step of the way. And it no longer matters that you got such a good amount of map control. Now you just have 2 players down.
This was the impressive thing about NRG in that previous map as well, is when they were on the CT run, if they lost one, they just bounced back immediately, right? There wasn't any moment where, okay, you get a streak, then Falcons win around, and then Falcons go on a streak of their own. You're stopping them from building that momentum. You're making sure that it's just sporadic round victories on this T side.
Yeah, Falcons has won round 2, round 6, and round 10. Haven't been able to string them together whatsoever. Never able to take this money away completely from the NRG side. Big gap in middle at the moment. OC as the rotator is up towards Car with the AWP. So, I mean, despite the fact that it's a 5-on-3, in a certain sense, it's a 3-on-2 at this bomb site itself.
25 seconds is all you've got left here. The Falcons trying to move up into the B site finish. There's still 2 players in the site, and even damage being done through that CT smoke. Nitro descending down, but all the kills all of a sudden come in from Falcons. How have you given that one away?
That's too much of a gap in middle, not closing it down. It's a lot of room to work with, a lot of real estate. Now George has got to come in for the 1v2, and I think that door is wide open at the moment because Falcons looking like they're going to scrape together a couple important rounds right at the end.
That is insane. That's Monacy getting a 3K in this round as well. Might even go ahead and get himself forward. Monacy watching the doorway, goes into the site, and George will fall. That is an incredibly frustrating round there for NRG. That looked done. You get 2 big openers there from OC, and you somehow let it slide.
Yeah, this round, this can't be happening. Good shot from Monacy. I mean, fair play. He is incredible. Those are spectacular shots, an incredible sequence, stringing 3 together. And one of the great strengths of Falcons is the star power, and it delivers them round 11. And their first time on this map, they've strung 2 rounds in a row.
Well, I guess that's how. That answers the question of how. Because Monacy, yeah, he has a moment that just hitting every shot requires so quick. Great reactions, flicking back into a CT as well. They're going for another opening here for OC. Boosting on top of his teammate's head, but a flashbang comes in, and OC blinded, not able to even take a shot there. Kickstand getting rid of him, and an opening frag found here for Falcons.
Well, this offense has found its stride right at the tail end of the half. Better late than never. 7-2 to 7-4, now an advantage to close that even further. Sonic with the up. Gonna hope to find the equalizer, but steps a little bit too far out into the open and punished.
Yeah, last round of this half gonna result in a 5th round victory for Falcons, most likely. You've got Nitro waiting outside of the B bomb site. He'll climb through the window, and here they come, right towards Nitro. M4 ready and downed by Nico. Dixon will clear the car, and Bro at least gets that pick, but it's so tough to see anything happening here. Bro would need to do a miraculous move, and it's just not going to happen for him. George now left alone, marching his way back in. Does catch Killsuke on that lurk. But Monacy has given Falcons a chance to turn this around.
Yeah, breathe some life into this half right at the tail end. It's going to be 3 in a row to end the half, and man, I don't think it had the impact, but that it did coordinate with that timeout for the tech pause with his with Daps' headset. It's that extra little bit of delay coming back into it. Falcons just been in a great position and just shut things down. 7-5, 3 straight to close the half. They're still alive, not out of it yet.
elimination on the line here in Kraków, and right now NRG are wishing they could get those last couple of the rounds back because rounds of the half rather back because they were looking so good. That CT side was building, it was looking beautiful, and m0NESY had his moment, and we got a little bit of life injected back into the Falcons just in time.
Yeah, 7-2 to 7-5 at the tail end of the half. Just yeah, it deflates a lot of that momentum you built up by being so dominant. But we get to see them reset as the halftime they switch sides. T side offense for NRG. They're going to be out long. Heard as well by the defensive Falcons, who've drawn all the way back, and NRG ain't going to slow down.
Yeah, so going gap, start of the smoke. Nico, great shot through. That's going to be Bro hitting the deck, and a great opening here for Falcons. Let's see if they can follow up on it. Tesla's just waiting on the box, sees another target come into his crosshair, and Tesla is just up and down he goes, like a lethal whack-a-mole. But George and OC still firing, and then Keisuke fires through the CT smoke himself, and it's a double to secure it. It will be the pistol for Falcons, and the gap is now a single round.
Yeah, frustrating. It's not falling all on that, but the missed smoke, the little bit gap in that causes Bro to go down, gives Nico just a little glimpse of the body, the timing of the jump to nail that headshot, and then you kind of just get whittled apart. Good positioning from Tess's on top of the boxes. Nice flashbang over during the execute as well. All three members of NRG blind. Great reaction from Falcons. Now 4 in a row, extending back into the first half.
Yeah, full eco here as well. So we're going to have a tie game, 7-7. It's happened very quickly. Now Falcons did come back into Ancient. Come right to the brink of a victory. And
yeah, but a different kind of comeback, right? The comeback where NRG was up 10-2
exactly
versus 7-5.
So now you've had less buffer between you and NRG now watching that shrink away.
Yeah, you've basically already come back in this game.
Yeah,
it's already happened. Now we're just playing. Keisuke peeks up towards Cat. Sees a couple of players. Nico takes out one in middle, and now we go over towards the final rush. Gonna try and close the gap, but m0NESY gonna shut them down. Triple kill for m0NESY at 15-7, and we're tied at 7. Let's see what NRG is going to come in their first gun round. AK-47's being brought out. Looking to get back some of that play that got them out to a hot start, a great lead in the first half. So 3 up towards upper dark, going to start traversing down the stairs. Very slow pace from NRG. Plenty of utility for them to utilize. Double door smoke coming in just now from the long side. That'll allow Sonic to clear things out, make sure nobody's playing aggressive. Falcons defense sat back on their heels for the moment. Keisuke, the only real aggressor behind this smoke, but nothing to break that open, just listening for sound cues.
Yo, walking his way down short. It's going to be OC to win that fight out. Advantage siding with NRG for the time being.
That's a quick shot from OC. Oh, look at the timing of this play.
Keisuke coming in around the back. Gonna climb up on top of the Xbox. Head is spotted. Damn. And Sonic gone. Nitro to respond at least. And OC again, another big one here for NRG. 45 seconds left. They are barreling back into a B split. Fake, actually. Look, hey, they're going to come back up through short again.
Seemed like NRG wanted to really pounce on those kills and make a decision right out of the gate, but Nitro pulls them back under control and says, let's be patient. Let's wait this one. Let George play out towards long. Let's see what he finds in the A bomb site before we commit anywhere. And the round looks very clean. Well done from NRG. Getting right back, that lead right back into their favor. 8-7, up by 1. Did I hear let's buy and let's push?
Sounded like it.
I heard let's buy. I'm pretty sure I heard him say something along the lines of pushing. Kixon's got a shotgun.
Let's see if you're right. Maybe into the low tunnels. But nope. Okay. Keisuke's just going to play out at the doors. And up short instead. There's some aggression. It's Nico.
Well, not pushing, but playing aggressively on short. They can choose to turn the corner with a Kixon flash. But they want to deal with lower before they feel like they can turn their gaze. There's the jump for information. Sonic spots the aggressive stance. Deep nade comes out. Nico eats a little bit of damage, and that's a good amount of control for NRG with very little resources spent.
Spam down for Sonic. He's not enjoying that. He's on 20 health after that.
It's back-to-back grimy rounds that he's just taken a bunch of damage that he really wasn't in the mood for. This one through the smoke. Previous round was due to the utility steps in the Molotov to challenge Nico. Eats a grenade as well. So yeah, he's played back-to-back rounds with low health. Not going to dissuade someone like Sonic, though, from getting stuck into the action. Will George expect the follow-up player, though? Nico is here at long as well. m0NESY on the railing. m0NESY's got no util. No smoke to create some space for himself. No nades to disrupt or attack or harass anyone at all. It's just all aim.
m0NESY on the ramp, goes back up for a peek here, and he's done pretty well and makes it even better with that second head showing, and the headshot will land. It's just Bro trying to piece together what he can here, but it's okay, too much to handle, and Falcons really putting up some resistance.
m0NESY didn't have any nades, but equally no one threw any nades into his position. Like no Molotov to make it awkward, no smoke, no nades in his face, no flashbangs to make sure he can't get comfortable with those repeaks. He just kind of got to bide his time, call for the reload, call for the flashbang from Nico out towards long. Thankfully, Nico gets that kill. George wasn't ready for it, so he's alive to activate m0NESY. And m0NESY just really seems like the point man for Falcons at the moment, where it's m0NESY triple kill after triple kill after triple kill that seem to be keeping this team in this map. 16-8 for m0NESY, 12-9 for Nico. On the NRG side of things, Bro is leading the way with 14. OC and George tied up at 12 kills on Dust 2 thus far. Okay, Molotov went towards Goose instead of railing. They didn't want to have to deal with anyone kind of hiding in the corner. So m0NESY got free reign to just peek and repeak as much as he wanted. NRG going to invest themselves. 3 AK-47s, 2 Deagles. So really hurting for cash at the moment, but it is a dangerous buy.
Let's see what they do with these 3 AKs. It's going to throw out the hinge smoke for the double doors down mid. They've been blocked with that deep smoke at the longhouse, so it can't really play off of that.
Well, Sonic maintaining presence in mid, as we've seen from him the past few rounds. Even with just a Deagle, still going to be a force, still going to let people know he's here. 3 players waiting outside long for NRG, so looking for a late round timing. They want some of this utility to burn so they can have that advantage in the later stages. Now, it didn't pan out perfectly for them previously against m0NESY at the A-bomb site. It's Tess's to hold on to long. m0NESY is at car. Nico and CT Spawn will hustle back to help railing if need be.
Well, Tess has to turn from the flashes for just a second. A lot of flashes coming his way. Then he peeks up from pit. m0NESY assists him, and Tess gets 2 easy frags. Now with 40 seconds on the clock, NRG fall to just that 1 AK-47. They've lost the other 2, and it's all cleaned up by m0NESY.
Flashbangs have been so good for Falcons in this round. Actually, the past few rounds just been absolutely monstrous. NRG's kind of getting into positions and waiting for a fight, and Falcons are like, well, we'll just pop flash and peek you after the fact. It's just a lovely, lovely few rounds of utility from the Falcons side of things, and that's given him a 9-8 lead. First lead of this game for Falcons. Previously, they just managed to tie it at 7. Now they finally actually get to take an advantage moving forward, and that advantage gets compounded by the fact that NRG out of money. Not really getting any bomb plants during this stretch as well. Like they've either won the round or just kind of gotten decimated, so...
Well, we know that Falcons have had better CT size than their T size throughout today, and we've seen them rack up a lot of rounds and really get going when the rhythm is on their side, and that's a worrying sign because simultaneously, as well as Falcons having good CT sides, NRG have also been weak on the T side. So it's feeling pretty rough now for NRG. It's starting to feel like their chances of getting this upset victory over Falcons have started to diminish. You don't want to be in that situation, but it's just true.
I think next gun round is going to be very telling. I think that's pretty much where the map will be decided. NRG's going to have to win it if they want to keep up this fight. Otherwise, I think Falcons just kind of mop this one up. Nice timing on the grenade. Drops it right into Nitro's face. Last 4 players from NRG scaling up short now, and once again going to attack into m0NESY. This time he's got an AWP.
Well, he's going to miss it. Well, he shouldn't be too much of a threat anyway. And even with these missed shots, he's still got plenty of teammates around on rifles who are cleaning up the rest of the attack. m0NESY eventually gets a shot to go his way, and Falcons reach double figures. So this is the buy coming up that you said is going to be really indicative of how the rest of this game is going to go. And so NRG call for a second timeout.
Yeah, they need it. This is all important round. You have to call some kind of a pocket tactic and see how you want to work this one. This kind of default, like, get Sonic work and catwalk hasn't really netted you a whole lot of results yet. So do you want to stick with it? Do you feel like it's given you enough and it's done a good enough job to kind of call that to open up the round? Or do you want to descend into something and kind of call it at a spawn and say, all right, guys, let's go do your thing, but this is what we're gonna do at about the 40 seconds in. You have long spawns that you can take advantage of. Haven't really seen them creep and use that kind of Sonic short control to drop it into a mid to B split. They threw the smokes this round as a fake to get some players to rotate and focus over towards middle, but without the strength of weaponry behind it, it didn't net them anything. Jeske's dropped all his utility, so he's going to push, I would imagine. I have to think he's going to be pushing into lower dark, and yep, there we go.
He's going to hang around with his AK-47. Surely going to get one. One at least. He goes aggressive, trying to chase after them, and Kyosuke gets one, and then NiKo to find the follow-up in response with a utility.
The same exact setup that NRG did to them in the first half as well, and this time it was Sonic, who was the guy who got activated previously. He wasn't ready for the fight after the grenade whatsoever. His own trick used against him. And already on the back foot in that 2-for-1 exchange. So you have control of middle, but you don't have the resources to watch for a long push, really. George has got his eyes on it, but he's going to have to join up with his teammates when they start moving forward. You got a second smoke on OC for CT spawn, and they'll have to use that to scale into the bomb site. Yikes.
Yikes indeed, as NiKo will remove George, and it's all come crashing down, hasn't it? NRG, not a whole lot of life until that kill from OC. If they get one more back into a 2v2, and that B bomb site is under pressure, but they're actually going to back away with 20 seconds left.
Okay, I was going to say I think they might just be saving, but I guess you just kind of go for this last desperate swing out towards the A bomb site, but NiKo can play this in so many different ways.
I like how quick they're rotating off the B site too. They know with such limited time, if they're not coming into the B site now, they're going for an A finish, so they're going to move on. They rotate in, and NiKo's just in the perfect position to shut them down. At least they die before the time, but it's 11 rounds now for Falcons.
That's what I mean. Like, NiKo just has so many different ways he can actually approach that situation, right? You can take the fight, you can harass, you can see if you can freeze him and delay, knowing the clock is running down. You can wait, as he did, just until they get to the point of the plant and wait and, like, you know, assume they're going to pull out the bomb to get the bomb down, and you swing because they don't know you're there. Just, yeah, desperation at the end of the day for NRG. And that's the round I think that kind of shows us. I think NRG's just sort of run out of gas here, unfortunately. Second map, lovely. First half of this map, absolutely lovely. T-sides today, as you've mentioned a couple times, have been very, very rough for NRG. They got one more last go at it. A half buy here with Tech 9s and pistols and Deagle on OC, and then you'll have one more gun round.
Either way, if they leave this game today without, you know, exiting Kraków, I feel like they have a lot to be proud of again. You know, we're talking about very early stages for this NRG roster, and they made Falcons sweat today.
Yeah, it's a bummer though. Yeah, it's just harsh because it's a 9-1 run at the moment for Falcons. Yeah, it's like you'd feel proud, but the way you're losing this is so rough.
It's deflating for sure. It'll be something that you'll think about a little bit later on in that perspective, but for right now, it's going to stay as Kixan and Kyosuke keep the pressure up and really stop NRG from getting anywhere near this bomb site. It is map and series point for Falcons, which means NRG elimination awaits if they concede one more.
Well, at least they'll have the guns in this last round. They can try something. But at round 10 in the first half, Falcons just took over. Gained control off the back of that m0NESY triple kill with the AWP, and ever since then, Falcons have not looked back. Once again, they found a way off the back of that sequence from m0NESY to just elevate their game to a level that's too much for NRG to handle.
Oh, yeah, okay. Double kill for Sonic on the peek out from the top of Xbox. So 5v3 opener straight away here for NRG, and they ain't slowing down. They're going to commit into the site, and look who's waiting for them. It's Tesses with a rifle on the ramp. Trying to bide his time. See how many Tesses can get. Can he pull his team back into this round? He's done well with one so far. The rotation has arrived for Falcons, but the rotation has started to crumble immediately, and Kyosuke is now stuck down into a CT spawn with no hope in this world.
Yeah, and he's got George behind him as well. Okay, that's awkward.
Oh,
no. Okay, well,
okay,
he's been
5 HP.
brought down to 5, which means unlikely, but damn if he's put himself in a cool place. Shut down by Nitro at the end, and off the back of Sonic's double to open up the round, NRG get a 9th on the board. All right, a little bit of life still. Second round for NRG in this second half. 3 more to force overtime. I think I've got 1 timeout remaining as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. And I think for the side of NRG, it would be so impressive if they were able to pull this back to overtime. It seems like such a long road, even though it's only a few rounds away. Just feels like it's such a difficult path to get there. As you mentioned, you know, struggling. It feels like they're running out of gas. T-sides are being tough today.
For saying they're running out of gas might be a little bit too harsh, because I think they've still had some ideas, but just not getting enough production behind those ideas.
The efficiency of which the team is performing has come to a halt. But the mid-control has been taken here for NRGs. They get some space towards Cat.
Yeah, they've had this so much, though. You know, Sonic hasn't done a bad job taking control of this. It's just, what do you do from here? Monacy at railing has just been something they've never been able to get past or clear out or force away. Every time he's been there and they've attacked into the A bomb site, he's just racked up frags. And NRG's made their decision. As you see the dots move on the mini-map, mid to B split. To keep them alive, Sonic yet again going to move over towards short just to show some footsteps. Crisscross smokes in middle. Here's the hit.
Oh yeah, B hit coming in. I love that. Kickstand gets aggressive, but he gets caught. And so Kyosuke steps up to the mark instead. 30 seconds left. Sonic racing in. Kyosuke trying to get another one towards the tunnels, but he's overwhelmed, pushed and pulled in too many different directions. And now with 25 seconds left, that door is wide open at the moment for Nico. They've got to wait on that smoke. And that smoke comes through. Nico starts to spam anyway. Out of bullets now, has to go for the reload, and that's the time to move the bomb into the site. Will Falcons retake this and close out the series now? Will NRG keep this going? He's going to have utility ready to fire over. There come the flashes, setting up Nico to go through the window, and he races in. Flashes are good. Nico takes the first kill, goes for the second, but OC will land it. And now we've got Nitro in the clutch to keep on NRG in Kraków, and he just can't keep them there. It will be Falcons to eventually close this series, to stay alive here in Kraków. This North American squad make them sweat, but unfortunately for NRG, not enough in the tank today to get the win.
Yeah, I mean, look, we can focus on the negatives if you really want to, and the first one that's going to be glaring for NRG is the T sides, but more than that, I think